Oh my goodness. Hey y'all. Hey everybody. Welcome to Candy Coated Conversations with your girl Candace. And as always, Tamika, heavy on the Scott. Look, we late nighting it over here today. Let's say hello. Hey Gold Digger. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey Daniel Berry. How are you this evening? How are you? You guys, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Look, I told y'all I started a new job. My that schedule is kind of kicking my butt a little bit. So when six came around, look, Candy Girl was catnapping. Look, hey Zanalda, how are you? Candy Girl was napping. I said, oh my goodness. I said I can't really let 2 days in the week go by that we did not have an evening show. And then here comes Tamika. This is the second time this. So look, we up and at 'em. Hey, Nicole
Ain't
Grouter.
was no
Uh oh.
shade, no
Uh oh.
good, no hate there, yo.
Ooh. Hey, Babs. You sound like a computer avatar, something like that, girl. Go fix your sound.
Oh, let me leave and come back.
Okay, yeah. So hey, Babs, Nicole, how are you guys doing this evening? Oh, it's nice to see you, Zanona. I haven't seen you in a while. Look, now tonight's show. Look, we have the topic and we definitely can talk about it because I know people have gone through this, but we're gonna hit up these hot topics. The first thing, look, y'all tell me here, Tamika's here. Give me a second, you guys. Let me add the link in the I know
Can
it
y'all hear
takes
me?
I can much better now. Yes, yes, yes. But
Hi,
yes.
everyone. Hi, Candy. Hi, Gold. Hi, Nicole, Baps, everybody, Daniel. Candy, that wasn't no shade. I just had to remind you, like, it
I
was two
know,
days
but
we
look,
missed.
I was like, oh my God, I feel bad a little bit. I do feel bad because especially look, we not doing the morning shows I
No.
because the morning shows would be I'm doing so much earlier now, you guys. And like I said, it's all temporary right now until I get back to my new schedule, which we may end up doing it a little bit later. Um uh yeah, we'll talk about it later. But yeah,
Yes. Hi,
this definitely is
Zanalda.
a little transition phase, but we still rocking and rolling, y'all. No, no, no. I don't go over there anymore, Zonaldo. So you're never gonna catch me over there anymore. So I'm over here on my own channel doing my own thing. So yes, catch me over here, Zonalda. Now I put the link in the chat if you guys want to come up and chit chat or whatever. But look, we here this evening. Let's have a good time. So let's get started by seeing what type of hot topics we have to cover really quickly before we
I
get
like gold
into.
comment, Candy, before you get into your comment.
Oh,
She
put it
said,
up.
You are human. She said, You are human. Don't feel bad. We truly understand.
Thank you. And I appreciate that so much. I really do. Because, yeah, it's like I'm going from one schedule to another. And then this one right here is just temporary till I get to, for the next 7 weeks. And yeah, but we're going to work it out, y'all. We're going to work it out. So let's see. Okay, first things first, you guys chime in because honestly, I haven't seen anything legitimate really reported. What's going on with a girl, Krishan? From my understanding, she's still locked up. So what's going on? You know anything, Tamika?
From my understanding, she's still locked up. I mean, I don't pay attention to the extra voices, so I just know the law said she's still locked up. So yeah, she's still locked up. That's the only update I have. She has not went live. She's still locked up. Hey, Sade.
Hey, Sade. Yes, you guys. So, with that being said, just like Tamika said, everybody is speculating, speculating, speculating because that's really all we can do. We there are no solid facts. For the most part, it's just been speculation and what we could piece together from the information, from various sites and things like that. But she was not released today. Babs is saying that they're holding her for Oklahoma. So, Oklahoma still has an opportunity to come and pick her up if they choose to do so. If they make other arrangements, then they're going to make those. But clearly, clearly, those arrangements were not made for her to be released today. So, you know,
So they
um,
hold her until Oklahoma come pick her up. Now, do they have a time stamp on that, y'all, or no? They just waiting for Oklahoma to pick her up. It's just off of Oklahoma charges. I mean, time frame. Dang,
I'm
that
I'm
they
hearing
say
various
2 months
dates. I'm hearing various dates. Like that could be up to 30 days before they can pick her up. I've seen 10 days to pick. It's like we don't know. So it's just like when it happens, it happens. Here's the thing. What this is what I think that everybody needs to really get over in regard to Kashawn. I know y'all don't want her to be there, nobody wants anybody to be in jail, but we have to stop talking about Kashawn as if she did not do the things that she's being held for. She did. Hey, Coco. So it's like, it's not like
Hey, Coco Drips.
yes, this is not like we're talking about some innocent person that never did anyone or did anything to anybody and they're being held against their will and there's been no crime committed. There has been, you guys. So I think the only thing that I think that we really can do at this point is basically hope that she gets out sooner rather than later so that she can be with her child. That really is the biggest thing that we can hope for or expect. And just like Babs
And
just
I
said,
agree.
yeah, just like Babs said, this is her own doing. So it's not like this is like, oh my God, they arrested
She's
Krishan. And
there
we,
for no
it,
reason.
exactly. She's not there for no reason, you guys. That's what people need to get it in their heads. And like I said, the only thing that we can report is that, she can get out of this mess as quickly as
For
possible
Junior.
for Junior, for her
For
son.
Junior.
Right. That's the only
And
thing we
this is
can
the
do.
lesson learned for her. I feel like anytime that you have to be forcefully taken away from your kids, you know how some parents, although this is going into our subject, so maybe I should just, no, I don't think it's going into our topic today. So, you know how some parents, like, they take advantage of their kids being there all the time. Not saying yeah, I am saying that. I am saying most parents take advantage of their kids being there all the time. They are going to be there. Nobody could take them away. When you forget there is a law and the law goes above parenthood. See, most people don't understand that. The law goes above parenthood. So I feel like this is a lesson learned. Can't nothing take me away from my kids, not even the law. I could say that. You know what I mean? Because I'm
Mhm.
not out here doing, things that put me in those
Type of
predicaments.
positionments.
But
Yep.
yeah, but for her, I feel like this is an eye opener. She's young. She is young. Junior not gonna really remember this. I don't remember
No.
when I was young. I don't remember none of my abandonment until I hit maybe 7 or 8. I think that's when the abandonment feelings start to come about. But he's young. Let her learn these lessons now for her as an individual, as a woman, and as a parent. I mean, I'm all for it, but my opinion don't matter. But it matters to my candy cane, so that's my opinion, y'all.
Yep. And that's true. I think that this is gonna be a learning experience. If she never wants to be away from her child again and be in this predicament or things of that nature, she's gonna handle herself differently going forward. This is going to show her you're not above the law. You are not above the law. And the thing of it is, she's seen this happen to many of her sisters and things like that. You would think that she would not want this to happen to her. So hopefully, it's just going to be a lesson learned, and she's going to move forward and grow from this
Yes,
experience, and
of
know
course.
how she needs to handle herself. I mean, no one's wanting her to suffer for the rest of her life for some mistakes
Yes.
that she
And
was
these are
made.
the things that happened before she was pregnant, I believe.
Hmm.
Right? I
Yep.
yeah, okay, because I don't want to say
Well,
anything that's
well,
incorrect.
Well, now the James Wright thing, she was a mother. She was a mother. That
She was a
happened when
mother
she was out
then.
with
Okay.
Tamar. So but this is gonna be a lesson that you cannot go around putting
You
your hands on
can't.
people
Yeah.
and there
That
will be
is true.
consequences. But we're wishing the
That is
best for
true.
her. And we're definitely keeping watch like everyone else, hoping, that things work out for her in the end with all these charges and things like
Yeah.
that. Yep. So
Yeah.
okay, so let's just go. Um, let me
Hold
see
on,
what
Gold
this.
got a comment before we go to the
Okay.
next. I don't want to skip their comments. Gold said, "I just want her to get all her legal issues in check. Some sometimes we have to face our giants and hopefully come out with more appreciation for living free with nothing hanging over our head."
Oh my
Yes,
goodness,
that is
absolutely. And I
true.
can said it
You
before.
just summarized everything I said in one.
Yes, and I said it on previous shows, but since this has all gone down, I'm glad that this came about so that she can clear all this up and be done with,
Yes.
and not be in
Yes.
hiding and not watching her back or not the threats. You know how
Yes.
we've had so many threats of,
Living
oh, this
free.
no, no. Look, YouTubers and content creators and Instagrammers, they fighting in the streets. Oh, you turned her
Yeah.
in. You turned her in. Somebody said, well, if she had never done anything, there would be nothing to turn in. So that's just ridiculous that grown women and mothers will be sprawling out in the street. But take care of this so that you don't have to, be looking over your shoulder.
Hey, St.
You know,
Hudson.
hey, St. Hudson. Hey. So
Yes, Candace.
we happy about this. Like, get all this cleared up. Hey,
Hey, Miss
Bessie, how are you
Bestie.
today?
Go also say yes, Candy. This has been running like a chord throughout, oh, like a choir throughout her family history. It's time to break generation curses in that realm. Yes, and I believe that too. Also, with that, Sade said, look look at her sisters Tessa and Chastity. They both was taken from their kids, but she will learn. Of course, she will learn. I mean, we all
Yes.
have family struggles like that.
Yep. Sometimes you
Danny
gotta
also
contain
said,
yourself. Yeah, sometimes you gotta
yeah,
contain yourself. Sometimes you
you
gotta
have
turn the other
to.
cheek. Sometimes you gotta walk away if you feel like somebody's antagonizing you. Sometimes you, as an
Yes,
adult, that's what adults have to do. Yeah, that's what
that
adults
is
have to do.
true. That is
You
true.
can't fight everybody.
Like around her age, y'all, I got put out and I got banned from Chuck E. Cheese because me, my aunts, my cousins, and like a few of like probably like one or two of my sisters, we got into a fist fight in Chuck E. Cheese, and it was on World Star Hip Hop and everything.
What?
This is before my career. This is before my husband's career. But my daughter was there. Now my son wasn't there, but my daughter was there. She was in a car seat, all of that. And my family got into a fist fight and Chuck E. Cheese. I got banned from Chuck E. Cheese. I can't go to nobody Chuck E. Cheese anymore because I got
What?
banned from it. But
You got banned for life?
I got banned for life. Okay, all of us got banned for life because we was fighting in Chuck E. Cheese. But with that being said, if it was my 37-year-old mind, I wouldn't care about whatever that happened that led us to that moment. I wouldn't care about that. I would have just got my child and I would have left out. But instead, and so, like I get her. Now, this is the transparent me to say, I can be a Chrisean. When I was young, I did make a bad choice when I was a mother. Now, during that choice, charges wasn't filed. Now, they was trying to, file them, but it didn't go through. But it could have went a different way. You know what I mean? A way that
Yeah.
hers, went. So I get it. Like we all messed up. But this is the time that she gotta.
Hey, Cassandra came in.
Hey,
Cassandra said,
Cassandra.
I just came in only to hear Tamika was banned from Chuck E. Cheese. What the hell?
Yes,
Look,
girl. I
look,
was
look,
bad.
we need you, Cassandra. How can we get Tamika over to Chuck E. Cheese?
I don't
One of
want to
her
go to
nieces and
Texas no
nephews
more.
might be having a party over there. She can't even go to the
Uh-uh.
party.
It can't be no Chuck E. Cheese in the state of Maryland or DC. I can't go. Sorry, y'all. Don't invite me. I can't go. So my daughter, right? Because y'all know my daughter 10 years old. So with my daughter, she was about 6 months at that time. About 6, 7 months at that time. Like she was in a car seat. So it probably was younger than that. But she don't know all of that because she don't remember all of that. So when she was like 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and stuff like that, she'll be like, "I want to go to Chuck E. Cheese." And then my son, because he's 4 years older than her, so my son would be like, "Oh, we can't go to Chuck E. Cheese," and I'd be like, "Be quiet, Jabari. Stop talking." It's the funniest family
Now,
story, y'all.
okay, now you told us this, so it would be remiss of you not to let us know
What?
how y'all get in
What
this whole
happened?
yeah, yeah.
Be okay. I don't want to say that part because it's not really my business to say that part. Just know that when one of them fall, we all ride. So one of them fell, like she got smushed in the head. I don't know why the lady smushed her in the head. I still don't know why, because I don't know. My aunt be lying sometimes. So I don't know why she really got smushed in the head. But she got smushed in the head. One of my sisters seen her get smushed in the head. She ain't asked no questions. She went. Next thing you know, we all went. And that's how it went. If y'all get it, y'all get it? Because I'm not going to say it all on the internet.
Oh Lord. I don't know. I would have been looking like, oh my God, my baby's right here. My baby is right here. Oh my God.
I didn't think that.
I
So at
I
the
I,
age of
I literally would be like,
37,
no, you on
so
your
you
own,
see what
girl.
I'm
Go fight.
saying?
You
So
can
you
go
see
do
what
it.
I'm
You go
saying?
handle that.
You're gonna have to go to
So you
Chester
see what I'm
Cheese.
saying?
They
So
got a
at
Chester
that
Cheese out here
time,
in Vegas. They got a Chester
so
Cheese.
listen, so at that
Hey,
time, I
Hudson.
was, hey Hudson. So at that time, I was a Chrisean. I was a Chrisean age. Like I was at Chrisean's age. I was in my 20s. I wasn't 37. I was in my 20s, my mid to my late 20s, maybe. So, you know, I'm still hot headed. But now I learned you could just use your voice. You know what I mean? Like if you use your voice, it's okay. You don't got to put hands on nobody. Like you don't have that option to put hands on somebody unless you have to put hands on somebody because that's when charges and the law come and things like that. You get tickled from your family. Like you got a lot to lose. But I wasn't thinking that at the age of 24, 25. You couldn't tell me nothing like that at that age. You know what I mean? But now at 37, I get it. I think that Krishan's going to get it because she's serving time. So, of course, she's going to get it. She's going to think about everything that I
I
just
hope she
said.
gets it, y'all, because her sisters haven't gotten it. Her mother
And
just stole
don't
a car
judge
in
me, y'all. Please,
2021.
y'all, don't judge me. You can still invite me to your kids' party. That was a lesson learned. I
You
am
still
not like
coming?
that no
You
more.
still coming?
Oh, all
You still
right.
coming?
Because I'm
We
the
need
fun
security.
auntie.
No, I'm kidding. Shoot.
Oh
I
Lord.
hope. I
Okay.
hope that's my thing. Like of course, I'm old. Y'all, I am who I am, and I hope she does learn because like the elders in her family haven't learned, and it's sad to watch them just go at each other's neck like that. And their mother, I don't care what she's on or what like history she has. There's women that been through a lot, and there's still crackheads that take care of their kids. She needs to really bring it in the children for real. And it's sad to say that, but that's how I feel, and I pray for all of them and the next generation. And
Yeah.
I had my Krishan moments too, but I learned because when you get to that court, the judge don't care. You legal, you over 18, that gavel going
Yeah.
down.
Exactly. Your
Yeah,
ass is going to jail.
exactly.
And I can't go. I
I get
cannot
that,
go.
y'all, because I could have been in somebody's jail. And look, my baby, Donovan at work, he ain't know what the hell was going on. He ain't know his, at that point, no, we was married at that point. So he ain't know his wife was really out there fighting with his goddamn 6, 7 month old baby. Like, he ain't know all that. He just know that I attended a party with my family. That's all he knew. So just imagine, I'm calling him Colette. I'm in jail. Oh, wait, what? Where my daughter?
What was
No,
the
I'm
kids
happy it didn't work
doing?
out that way.
What was the kids
The
doing?
kids. My son wasn't there, and my daughter was on the table with my grandmother, one of my grandmothers anyway.
But the other
Like my
kids,
grandmother had the kids.
like,
I don't know what them other kids was doing, girl. I was busy fighting. I don't know. That was years ago, over
yeah,
10 years
like
Yeah.
ago.
my sister had an out she had it out with her best friend, and because the girl didn't pay her back, and as I saw it, stole her money at that time, and I just had my son, so I was even off that postnatal hormone intensity, and I wasn't even talking to my sister right then. Me and her were like mad at each other. I drove to her best friend's house, beat that bitch up, took her pocketbook, and walked out the door, gave my sister the finger, and jumped in my car.
Child, I had to make sure we was 10 minutes in.
I'm sorry,
Why
but
you
like,
say?
yo,
Why
you
you
don't.
take her pocketbook?
Cause she stole from my sister, and she tried to play on her face. I don't care if me and my sister wasn't talking
Oh,
right there.
you
You're not
took her
gonna play my
pocketbook.
sister. Absolutely
Oh,
not. No, you're not,
what can
bitch.
he?
And I'll do it again.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. I know that's right, because I would have did the same damn thing.
Mm-mm-mm.
My family done clothed you and fed you and took you in, and this is your best sister. You cry, your best friend. You crying on her shoulder and everything like that. You're not gonna pay her back. No, you gonna pay her back, or you
Oh
gonna pay us
yes.
back.
Hey, Mrs. Darrell. Hey, Sip and Talk. Hey, everybody.
I
Thanks
Hey,
also
for
got
coming on
arrested.
Cassandra.
through.
Hey, D
I did
Real.
get arrested at TRL in Times Square for having a fight.
Was you a
Ooh,
parent at that time?
No,
Oh, see, you was okay. Okay, okay.
it,
Listen, was you a? Did you do anything that was involving the law while you was a parent, or anything that jeopardized your freedom? Let's say while you was a parent,
we was all fighting. The Backstreet Boys was there. Some NSYNC bitches tried to get slick, and we fucking
and
missed
you was a
it.
parent, and you was a
No,
parent, right?
no, I'm your age. I was young, yo. It was. You remember how Times
Oh,
Square used
I
to
didn't know
be
you was my
like?
age.
Times Square used to be like off the hook.
look,
Them
look.
Staten Island bitches ain't on it.
We sound like we trading war stories up here. Yeah, you guys hit the like button on your way in if you forgot. Now,
I cut school
I
that day
think
too, y'all.
I
I
think
cut school.
Cassandra's asking me. Yes, I. You know what? Not since I've been a mother. I haven't had to have any physical altercations with anybody. But the last time that I did get into a physical fight with somebody, I don't know. It was this girl. It was actually in college, and look, it is no fun fighting out in the snow. It really isn't. Uh, but it had to be done. It had
Child,
Oh
to be
my
done.
God, it's
it
brick. You was
cold.
you was Alaska. I was mad brick.
Yes, it's
Katie, you
it,
really know how to fight because you had to fight in the
it
cold, and
in the
you gotta
cold,
have a
in
lot
the
of strength.
snow. Like we coming home from the club, and it was a guy. It was about a guy too. I wasn't fighting about the guy, but I guess um it was a guy that I had met, and unbeknownst to me,
He had a
I was
girl.
no, unbeknownst to me, I was out with um the sister of a girl that he used to date that she clearly still liked. And I guess her sister called herself having her sister's back. You know what I'm saying? And look, and there we was fighting
Fighting
after
in
the
the
club,
snow.
fighting in the middle of the street out in Fairbanks. If I tell you how cold Fairbanks is, y'all, it really is no joke in the winter. I'm gonna give you an example of how cold Fairbanks is in the winter. Um, when in Fairbanks in the wintertime, people always keep their cars, and I'm not joking, they keep their cars filled up with gas because, like, literally, we will go in the club, we leave the car running the entire time we're in the club because if you turn off your car, it's likely it's not going to start back up. Or people, when they go
Oh,
to the grocery store, they just leave the car running because you come back out with your groceries, your car may not start back up. So literally, you just have a parking lot full of
Ooh,
running
cause
cars.
it's that cold.
It's
I
that
can
cold.
imagine because it get cold in New York. It get below zero. So imagine Alaska.
Candace,
Goddamn.
so it's like you was fighting tigers, bears, and all of that because you was in the cold fighting. So yeah,
In
you
the
really know how to
snow.
fight
In the
Elk
in
in
the
snow.
snow.
snow. Fight elk
In
Over
and
the snow.
polar bears
oh,
off their
oh,
Yeah,
cars.
over
you
a
was
guy that
below
wasn't
zero
yeah, yeah,
fighting.
I knew him and I met him, but it ain't like, it wasn't even my
Look at
man.
go.
I'm just like, oh my
Y'all
God. Yes. Look,
go.
one time, look, Cassandra, this probably what turned me off from that damn paralegal and shit, because that's where I was up there in that goddamn cold up there. But look, I'm walking from upper campus, from lower campus to upper campus one day, right? I got my earrings on or whatever. You go out, you go to your classes, you dress and everything. Child. So I'm walking up to my dorm, right? And I'm walking, I hear all this crunching, right? And I'm like, dang, like I hear all this crackling in my ear. I said, dang, this snow is real loud. I said, this is my crazy self. I'm like, this snow is really loud. So I'm walking and I'm hearing all this crackling and stuff like that, y'all. And I'm like, wow, this snow is loud today. This is the conversation I'm having in my head, you guys. So, do you know by the time I made it up to my dorm, it wasn't the snow that was it was my earrings freezing up on my earlobes. I had a little frostbite on my ear. It was
Oh
my
my
earrings
God.
cracking up. Like literally my earrings were cracking.
God
Oh my
Yeah.
damn.
It,
God.
it's
So people
crazy.
got frostbite all the time then out there, huh?
Well, Fairbanks is
Yes.
Fairbanks gets very, very crazy. It gets very, very cold in Fairbanks in the winter, but it actually gets warmer than Anchorage, which is where I'm from, in the summer. So like Fairbanks can actually get like hot, hot. Like there are times where it could get 90 up in Fairbanks in Alaska, which is wild. But Anchorage is milder. Anchorage is milder in the winter. So you may have some days where it gets that freezing type of cold, but not like Fairbanks at all.
I
Not
want to
like
go to
Fairbanks at all.
Alaska because I want to see
Yeah.
some narwhals.
So what?
The whales with the horns in their head. They said they up there in Alaska. I want to see them.
Child, look, look,
Where's
I,
these
look,
fish
I,
from? Where?
look, I, look, I'm from Alaska, but I'm from the city. I'm from the city in
You
Alaska.
always say that. We be like, "What's a polar bear's like?" Kim's like, "I'm from the city. I don't
I'm
know
from the
nothing about
city.
no polar
Now,
bear."
now, I have seen some black bears and brown bears. They'll come down like they'll get hungry. Sometimes they'll come be hungry and they'll come down in neighborhoods and try to get in people's trash and stuff like that. So I have
Yeah,
seen bears, bears
they do
and
that in New
moose and
York
stuff
too.
like that. But yeah. So
They
let
do
me
that up
see.
because I'm from uptown. They got turkeys, wild turkeys, and everything. The further you go
Ooh.
up, and they be fighting them geese too. Y'all think them geese is crazy? The turkeys be
Ooh.
sunning them geese. Sunning them geese.
Oh God. Now let me see. Let me see. There's not too much in Hot Topics, but let me see what there is here, you guys.
What happened with Travis Scott?
Oh, you know what? I just heard he got picked up for is a DUI. Let me go find it. Let me find it, y'all, and share.
This morning was assault. They might have changed it. And I was like, "Ooh, look at Stormy's daddy."
That's crazy. So let me see. Let me see. Now the link is up at the top. If y'all want to come up and share your story where you had to fight it out, and feel free since we all talking today.
We've all had our
Okay,
moments.
so well, yeah, everybody got their moments. There, you might have to cuss somebody out real bad, any damn thing. So let me see. Let me see. So Charlemagne says Kendrick Lamar is the king of hip hop. You guys know he had his little show last night, his little pop up show. So let's see what he's talking about.
To me, the show wasn't about Drake as much as it was about Kendrick Lamar becoming the undisputed heavyweight champion of hip hop.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to this new generation, we've been watching over the last 15 years. Kendrick is the king of hip hop, and it's not even close. And I'm not talking about charts. I'm not talking about streaming records. I'm not talking about pop songs, singing on songs. I'm talking about bars, rap, hip hop, culture. Kendrick wears that crown, and it's not even close.
I agree. It was bigger than.
Y'all agree? I agree. I watched a little bit of his concert last night, y'all.
I agree too.
We
I should have
ought to
twitched it.
find. Yeah, you ought to twitch it tonight because they said he played that song like 6 times in the crowd, and every time the crowd was loving it.
I
They said
swear,
the
I
crowd
think
was.
before we start, I think that's going to be our theme song before we start.
They not like us. They not like us.
Yes, yes. Now look at this, y'all. It says Kylie Jenner becomes emotional as she talks about the criticism she's received about her looks. Before I even got lip filler, people talked about my looks. Well, yeah, Come on
And
now,
that's why you got the lip filler.
Me, it's just never going to change, but it's just been
Why they put that music? Why they put that music?
it's like therapy. When you're in therapy and you start talking about something. Like I've never cried about this before, but I guess it does affect me.
It's okay. It would affect anyone.
And then I'll see some comments and it's like, Or some people be like, this is really mean and defend me. Like, why are we talking about her looks? It's 2024. And then I'll see other comments like, because she did it to herself. She up her face. She has so much surgery. And I'm like, even if I did get so much surgery and I have this and I got all these things, I still don't think it's okay to talk about someone's looks.
I agree.
People have been talking about my looks since I was 12, 13. Yeah. Before I even got lip filler, people talk about my looks. Yeah. So it's like, and it's just so hurtful. I look old. I see it under every post.
I'm not even just saying this. You've never looked younger and you've never looked better.
Thank you. I think with me, it's just never going
to. Well, do we feel sorry for Kylie?
Absolutely not. She sells her looks and she is a public figure. It comes with the time. Some people are going to like the way you look. Some people are not going to like the way that you look. But you sell beauty. You sell look. People need to get a stronger backbone. Like, for real, she's not a politician. She's a freaking lipstick salesperson.
And this what gets me about her. Why do you expect people to act like, I mean, you did all that. You totally changed your face or whatever. And just like you said, Hudson, she's in the beauty industry and you're portraying to little girls that you look like something that you really, really like. It's beyond makeup. Makeup is makeup, but literally you have physically changed yourself completely, and
lied about it.
Yeah, and tried to lie about it. And then you have these little girls that are looking up to you who are there are some of them that probably don't even know what you really look like, And we're not talking makeup here. Makeup is makeup, but you have gone under the knife, and done a lot of things. And be upfront about that. Because, like, literally, what are you going to tell your daughter? What are you going to say to your daughter? Now, here's her daddy. So, Travis Scott arrested in Miami-Dade County for disorderly intoxication. Let's see what they're talking about. So, it says Travis Scott found himself in trouble with the law early Thursday after he was arrested for disorderly intoxication. According to NBC News, Travis was booked into the Turner Guilford Night Correctional Center around 4:30 a.m. Thursday after authorities arrested him for disorderly intoxication as well as trespassing property after warning. The news outlet notes that records show he submitted a $650 bond and is expected to be released. Okay.
It's great.
You know what? Looking at him right here, that baby looks like him, Stormy.
Yeah.
Now let's see
why they gotta have the worst. Okay, wait. Can we talk about his mugshot? Can you bring that back up, Candy, right quick?
Here we go.
Look at that man mugshot. Now, why they gotta have the most messed up mugshots? Everybody, like, why he couldn't cheese or anything?
He looked lit, and I don't think I ever seen Travis.
Well, he was drunk. Yeah, he was high.
Oh, he was drunk. He was high. He always high. Why he gotta look like that? Hey, Katina.
Hey, Katina.
Why they had to take that man mugshot and post it up like that? That's my whole point.
Now look at this. This is a sweet little post, you guys. So Gabourey Sidibe's Sibidi. Is that you said? Gabourey Sidibe?
I think you had it right.
Oh, yeah. She had the babies.
Oh, yeah, she been had the babies. And look, this is a post her husband put to her. He said, my 3 favorite people all in one picture. You're a superwoman. Shabby 3 Shabby. I love you all so much it hurts. I'm constantly amazed. He said, I'm constantly amazed that you formed these beautiful people for 9 whole months and they couldn't be more perfect. They're cute, loving, and hilarious. They get so excited when they see us and it never gets old. I'm obsessed with our family we've made. Love lives here. That's so sweet.
Oh, they be looking like they have a lot of fun together too.
Look, and I like this comment right here. Look at this comment right here. I want to especially point this out because she does get a lot of hate and people talking about her, calling her precious and stuff. People say stuff like that about her. Yeah. And I like this comment right here.
Look at Cassandra. Why you saying precious?
Somebody
that
said
it wasn't no shade, but it went right along with it.
Somebody said some of you are angry that a woman that you've made fun of is more happy than you. That's right.
That is true. A
And
happy
somebody else
woman will
said,
make a mad woman mad.
somebody else said a lot of people say how she found a great partner when it's really him who found a great partner. She was always the treasure. It was society who made her a joke. She is a smart, beautiful talent and a heart of pure gold. That's wonderful.
They found each
That
other.
is.
Yep, I love it. Okay, let's see
Wait,
what else.
say what you say? They found each other.
Yeah, don't put like everything is not a me versus you type of like they
That
found
is true.
it just
No, that's
everything is a
true though.
competition.
Not
They
yeah.
happy, and I like if somebody said that, I would and let me just be quiet 'cause I'm tired.
Look, I'm gonna
No,
point
say
this one out.
it. Look, this is a panel of the truth. You can say it. Somebody said worrying like worshiping the problem, and wow, I need y'all to hear me.
Yeah, I
Y'all want me
thought
to
that was
repeat
good.
it? Somebody said worrying is like worshiping the problem, and wow, somebody
Energy
said
flows
That
where
worrying
attention
is
goes.
worshiping the
that's true. Yeah,
problem.
that's right. I wanted to put that one up there because I thought that was good for everybody just to keep
That
that in
is
mind.
good.
Especially if you have someone on your mind, you're going through something, of course you want to think about it, you don't want to ignore it, but you know what? Sometimes the issue can be over and you're still paying a negative attention, a lot of attention, and that's not good for you. You know
Right.
what I mean? Know what I
Hmm.
mean,
Yeah,
y'all? So let
I
me
know what you
see.
mean.
You don't know?
I think some of that comes from
Okay, let me
suppression
see.
too, though. You can't suppress things. You gotta like go through them because if you suppress them, they just sit with you forever.
Ooh, ooh. I want to get this one, y'all. Oh, no. Let me see what this is. Hold on before I get there. Hold on. It says it seems like the details in Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert's divorce is going to continue to get ugly as Tiana details Iman's infidelity and Iman seemingly accuses Tiana of domestic violence. Ooh, let's read this, y'all. Look, we nosy. At least I am. At least I am. Okay, it says update. Tiana Taylor arrives to court on day 3 of her divorce trial against soon-to-be husband and former NBA star Iman Shumpert. During today's
Mm.
testimony, Taylor breaks down on the witness stand as she tells how Shumpert cheated on her. She also admits that she too stepped out on the marriage. Ooh.
Weren't they having
Okay.
freak offs together?
I think so. That's what I heard. It says update. And look, why you call look, we don't want to hear no freak offs. That's Diddy. That's for Diddy. That's for Diddy. That's for Diddy, husband.
They was
Okay.
freaking
Of
out
course.
together.
According to testimony from the witness stand, Tiana was legally separated when she dated and not while she was still with him. She never cheated on him while they were together, nor did they have an open relationship as was falsely reported in the past. Okay, they answer. Look,
Mhm.
they listening to us. They listening. Update. Iman Shumpert is on the witness stand right now and is hammering the media with emphasis on name checking TMZ for their coverage. What? Okay. He says, I was downstairs with my headphones on playing on my PlayStation and she started hitting me. I used to work with special ed kids and was taught to hold them from behind with a bear hug to calm them down. I yelled for my sib- I yelled for my sibling and went upstairs where my mother was at, Stan Shumpert, under direct examination by his attorney Steele. No relationship to YSL Brian Steele. Ooh, he's trying to be clear on that. Mm,
Wait, he did not say he worked with
he
special
said,
kids. Hey, Donencia.
"Hey, Donicia. Hey,
Hey,
lady.
no, they sound like some kids. He
Y'all,
said
that's
I was
my
playing on my
cousin.
PlayStation.
Oh,
She
look,
started
look.
hitting me.
Hold on. Let me be real
I
nosy.
was so
Hold on.
dramatic.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay, Cassandra, we want to deep dive into this case. Can you find it? We want to do a deep dive into this.
Can you
Put it,
please find
To
us
me.
the tea?
yeah,
I will
yeah,
join
get
your panel, Cassandra.
yeah, Cassandra, we want to come on your show and get the details on Tayana and Iman.
Now I know one
She
thing.
said
It is
yes. She said yes. There
um
she go.
adultery is illegal if they still live in Atlanta. So I hope she got a good
Hmm.
lawyer.
I
Ooh,
hope so too. See,
yes.
that's why I got. See, that's why I got married in common law state, in a common
Shoot.
law state.
Okay, now mamas in the rooms, mamas, aunties, all of them. I want y'all opinion on this. I want y'all opinion on this. Let's take a listen.
Family money for play dates. So recently, my daughter had a friend over, and I asked her mom for money, and this is how it went. So after the play date, I texted her mom and I said, "Thanks for letting Jamie play today. Please help out with your share of the expenses for the play date, totaling $15 via Venmo. Let's do it again sometime, because I can't keep doing these play dates if it's so expensive." And she said, "Expenses?" And I said, "Yeah, she used supplies and food while she was here. And this way we can do this more often without a monetary obligation on just one party, right? Makes sense." Now, she didn't say much, but she did say what supplies. And of course, I wrote them down. There was chalk, applesauce, fruit. She sat on the couch, so that's wear and tear. She actually broke a toy. She had 3 juice boxes. She went to the bathroom. She had yogurt. Then she actually sent the money, and I sent her a message thanking her for it, of course. She didn't say anything else, but I said, this will make it easier for us to do more play dates in the future. So what do you guys think?
Now, y'all spending $15 for that?
Girl, bye.
She charged that baby $1 to sit on her couch for wear and tear for sitting on her couch.
Is she trolling? She gotta be. She can't be for real. This is
She
like,
charged that baby $1 for chalk that you already had there to play it. You charged
and
that baby for a juice box. It's like y'all getting ridiculous because I wouldn't have sent her a goddamn thing. And look, my baby gonna play with your child for free at school only. How about that?
exactly.
Girl,
And
yes, because at school they don't charge you to bring ice cream and cupcakes to the school and serve it all out and your child look like the superstar, because that's what I'll do. I won't invite you out
No,
to nothing.
no, Donicia. She had
but do
3
they?
juice boxes, $1 each. She gave her some applesauce. She charged her $1 for that.
She said because
It's
she used
like,
the bathroom too. Like, are you
and
That's
use
crazy?
the
messed
bathroom.
up.
If
I
they
would
if
have
they
sent her
play
15
back and
nothing.
forth, then that should be like,
I wouldn't
yeah. If
give her nothing.
she's gonna charge for that, I would send her an invoice for my child entertaining your child.
No. Yeah,
Right,
at that point,
the
because you need
entertainment.
my child to entertain. Yes. Like that's why we invite other kids, honestly, for the entertainment. So you need to pay me because I'm entertaining your child for their birthday. And
Okay,
you
let
too,
me read.
apparently. You ain't buy all this food for y'all.
But the thing of it is,
That is
it's not
petty
like she
gold.
actually gave the baby a real meal. She didn't give that baby no meal. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, they must have.
Applesauce.
I thought they must have went somewhere. That could
Like
add
Disney
up
or something, right?
if you're doing that all the time. Like, dang, I took her to the movies. She don't never send her baby with no money for the movies, and I tell her, you know what I mean. But no, y'all were literally right at the house. Here goes again. Chalk, $1. She charged her to use the chalk for
Bitch.
$1. Applesauce, $1. A piece of fruit, $1. She sat
Not
on the
even a whole.
couch. Yeah. Oh, dang, it's going by. It don't pause. The hell? Wear and tear. I mean, let me see what some of these comments said. Somebody said, if I invite you, I got the expenses covered. And to me, those weren't really expenses. You're in my house. Charging a child to use the bathroom is nasty work. Somebody said, I thought she was about to say she took them to the movies, to lunch, to an amusement park, etc. You charge the child
Yeah,
to
because
sit on
that
your
would be
couch?
different. And
Right.
sit on your couch,
Yeah.
y'all. That's crazy. That means I'm about to have a lot of money on Saturday because I'm doing a birthday party. So that's a lot of money. Yep, I'm using my grill. That's about $20 a head because that's charcoal. Charcoal ain't
She's
cheap.
selling plates. She's selling plates at the birthday party. But why didn't she say
Oh,
all
you
this
stepping on my
beforehand? You
porch?
got
Oh, you gotta use
Exactly.
my guest parking. That's an
you
extra
pet my
$50 because you
cat.
gotta use my guest
Oh,
parking.
oh,
Yep,
here
you
it is.
pet my cat. Oh, whoa, you pet my cat. Oh, don't pet my
Listen to
cat.
this,
That's
y'all.
$150.
This
Listen to
kid's is
this.
bad.
She said the little girl had 3 trips to the bathroom, so basically she charged her $3, $1 every time she had to go to the bathroom. This is crazy.
That's a
Okay.
lot of charging.
Yep.
I would have took her to small claims court. You ain't gonna try to play me and
Maybe
you
she's
won't
doing.
get played.
Well, look, each time you flush the toilet, that do make your water bill jump a little bit. I mean, that's what I heard.
Uh, uh, uh.
She just probably like, I'm doing all these bills by myself. I'm gonna charge these people. That's petty. And if you got a penny pinch, then maybe you shouldn't have that party.
And if your kid comes over to my house, if it's a back and forth, that's the reciprocity right there. Like, don't be weird. Like, what the heck? If you don't want a kid, if you can't afford it, then tell her your daughter that mom can't come over right now. Y'all can meet up at the park or something.
Mm, mm,
Weirdo.
mm.
Look a go, Candy. Look a go. Go
Okay.
said, when I have kids over to hang out with my granddaughter, we make sure that the kiddos have foods and snacks. We're happy to provide all goodies that they all love. That's crazy. I think that that's what all parents should do. Well, I mean, I think that that was a must. Like that
Mhm.
was something that's provided. But I don't know. That's what I do with my house too, though.
That's right.
That
That's
child
right,
would never
Denise.
have friends.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that child will never.
Exactly.
ooh,
We clicking it at the same time.
yes.
Alicia, you're right. That child is never gonna have friends. And the thing of it is, I don't know where I heard it, but I heard it like years and years ago. Like even when I was a teenager, right? Um, I don't even know where I read it or heard it, but um, even when I was a
Vibe.
teenager, I always heard that kids that come over to your house a lot, right? And they like being at your house and being around your family. It's because they're missing something at their house. So I've
That's
never
a true
really made,
statement. That's a true
yeah,
statement.
yes. So as parents, we always have to beware of that because it could be just a kid that maybe their mom doesn't have any food at home. And so they know when they're
Mhm.
at your house they're gonna get a meal and something like that. And it's never not like they don't genuinely like your kid or anything like that. But if you find they're spending a lot of time over there, there's a reason why. So I just think like even if you're a new mother, Tamika, you got young kids, keep that in mind because it's not always a negative thing for the child. It's
Nobody come to
because,
my house. I'm
yeah,
sorry, y'all.
it's because sometimes
I don't
things
do
are
spending the
missing.
night. I don't do friends coming over my house. No.
When I was
Y'all want to
younger,
go
like
outside and
even
play? Yeah, y'all could go outside and play, but their schoolmates, they don't come to my house. I mean, I don't have sleepovers. I don't have the did my kids go to the maybe not. Not even with their cousins. That's just the type of parent I am.
Hmm.
But if they want to come over and thing, yeah, I don't
Now
entertain that
I
part
did let them
of parenthood.
occasionally. It was occasionally they could spend the night, but I would really have to know the parents, and I would know them.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Like
why
our
I
kids
don't
been
jump
going to
into
school
that.
forever, forever, forever. But other than that,
I
I
had
really wasn't big
Yeah,
on that either.
yeah,
I had
yeah.
sleepovers with my cousins, and now we don't have no family out here, so my kids don't sleep over. They barely have friends in the neighborhood because we such a like close knit community at back home. And we used to be running in and out of each other's house all day, even from the projects to the suburbs, wherever I live. Like the kids would just be running in and out of each other's house all day. But we was outside mostly. But you need like a drink of water, or you want to play with someone's Barbies real quick. You run in the house, run to the next house, and you get yelled at for running in and out the houses. But we played.
Hmm. Okay, y'all ready? Y'all ready to touch our topic of the evening?
She
Y'all
probably get
ready to
food
get
stamps
Yes,
into it?
we
anyway.
are.
Okay, let me ask y'all. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Have you ever had to cut off a family member?
I sure did. Just yesterday, too. Well, was
Just
it yesterday?
yesterday.
I want to say it was about 13 hours ago, according to, yeah, about 13, 14 hours ago.
What?
My answer is yes. Miss Sip and Talk with Miss Linda said yes, also Candace.
Okay, if you have, come on up so we can talk about it. Now, me personally,
Please.
yeah, come on, yeah. Bessie says that
Bessie
Bessie
said
has.
yes. Heck yes. Oh, click the link. Heck yes. I
Well,
need
and
you to
you know
click
what?
the link.
I'm glad to hear these responses because you know what? There's a lot of people that are under the impression that because it's family, like that you would have to put up with family's bad behavior
Mm-mm.
or you would have to put up with family doing you wrong or talking about you, taking advantage of you, all types of negative things like that. People want to act like because they're family that you should never do that.
Is
Oh, we're
exempt.
family. Yeah, but you know what? Family. Oh,
So Cassandra said, what's the question
no.
I had to
Okay.
add?
Hey, Deborah,
Hey,
how are
Miss
you?
Deborah.
Well, the question is, I was asking everybody, have you ever had to cut off a family member?
I had to cut off family friends like that, like the newest for a while, but I never had to cut off a family member. Mm-mm.
Like
Like
a
my
cousin,
father's
a
family.
aunt, a uncle.
Um, no, because my grandparents ain't play that shit. So
Um,
like we've kind of like
Nicole
all
said
got
yes.
along.
Cassandra said hell yes. Can y'all click the link?
Really?
Y'all want to click the link and
Yeah,
come?
click the link and come on so we can have a conversation about this. I've never had to cut off a family member. I have family members that and it's kind of crazy
Now I
because like
witnessed family members that weren't talking to each other too, because my father's side gets a little knuck if you buck, but my mother's side,
yeah,
side
well for me
Candy, wait,
it's a
what was
little
you
crazy.
saying?
No, I was just saying, like, I literally grew up in Alaska away from all my family. And now that I'm down here living in Texas, I do have to admit that there's family that I don't really talk to. And it's really not because of anything that has to do with me. It like literally, I'll be honest, it's my mama. And if I have to choose sides, of course I'm gonna be on my
Of
mama's
course, you're
side,
gonna choose your mother.
mm-hmm.
but
Hmm.
but the family members that I'm not, if I were to see them, I'm always gonna speak. I'm always gonna be, respectful. Like,
Cordial.
but I'm saying for aunties, like aunties and things like that.
Hmm.
Not
Your
necessarily,
elders.
not necessarily certain cousins and things like that. Like, because for
Hmm.
me, it's no thing. Like literally, I grew up not being around y'all anyways. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
for me even living
I get
down
that.
here and now that you're here, that still doesn't make that big of a difference to me either because like I literally grew up all my life without you. Like I would see you when we would
Yeah.
come here for vacation. So it's a little different for
right.
me, but I still hate that it's going on. But as far as like, oh no, I'm cutting you off, I don't have, it's not that type of situation. So
Mm-hmm.
Miss
who just came in
Londa.
the door? Hey
Miss
Miss
Londa
Londa.
just knock knock. Hey, Miss Londa.
Hey,
Sip
Miss
and talk.
Londa. That's my cousin's name,
Can
Londa.
you hear us?
Uh-oh.
She just, it should be working now. I see your picture now. What's buffering?
Yeah, I see your picture and you're unmuted, Londa.
Hey,
Hey, how are you?
good.
Okay, girl, what happened? You got a situation like this? You had to cut off a toxic family member?
So actually, it wasn't just a family member; it was family members. So,
Oh,
my mom had died in 2020, and like
Mm.
due to a prior death, none of her sisters, none of her brothers, reached out, offered any help, no condolences. Nobody came together to help with no nothing. Nobody just never. They just didn't reach out. It was almost as if it wasn't their sister, and this was due to my cousin who had gotten killed by the police, and the family was mad because this incident had to do with his baby mom, and I'm but I'm just one of those people I don't care if you're family or not. If you wrong, you wrong. And because I didn't see it how they saw it and pick and choose sides, they cut me and my kids off. So my
I
mom
get
probably
that. I
died
got that
like
recently.
yeah, so
oh,
my mom, she died probably like 5 or 6 months later. And like I said, nobody reached
And our
out. The main
condolences to your mom. I'm sorry about.
Yes.
Thank you. And
yeah.
but the main one that really hurted me, it was my cousin Marie, because I was there when her mom passed away. I was there when her other brother passed away, and the one that had passed away prior to my mom, that was her brother as well. So it was like, I don't know, I just felt it was like a bunch of BS. My mom died in 2020. This is 2024. I don't talk, I haven't seen, I don't reach out to them, and I don't really care to.
So they got
Did
mad
you
just
let them know
because
how
of
you
your
felt?
opinion, because of your personal opinion about a situation. So when your mother passed, they decided to basically abandon you and not send condolences or anything due to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
because
very
the
wrong.
situation was they both of them had a toxic relationship, number one. And I got the type of family that they come off kind of uppity. It's like, oh, she was trash, she was never this, da da da. But that's not y'all's business. That's who he chose to be with. And he put his hands on that girl that night and he shot her in front of her kids. And when the police asked him to drop the gun, he didn't drop it, and so the police shot him.
Oh man. And that had to have been rough, but if he was in the wrong, he was in the wrong.
And
What
that's
do you
how
say?
I saw it. I saw it from 2 points of views. I saw it as, yes, I was said that, that happened to him, but I mean, he was in the wrong. And so when I did come to the funeral, I came to the funeral with a picture of her on the front of my shirt and a picture of him on my shirt as well, because both she was shot. She had to learn how to walk all over again, and he was gone.
Yeah, so they
Wow.
was both victims. I get that. They were both victims and they was close to your heart, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't you wasn't wrong in that and you have that justification of,
See, I got the
cutting them
type of
off.
family though that's like, and I've always had this issue with them because I've never rode like they did. It's like it doesn't matter. It's your family. You ride with your family whether they wrong or right, and that's just not my mentality.
That's what I wanted to get to, Candy. When I
What's up?
when I seen this topic, what Miss Sip and Talk just said about, like that's your family, no matter what, you need to ride with your family. I don't I feel like
No,
that's not a
I'm
true
not riding.
statement. I
No,
feel
if
like
they
you're
wrong, I'm not riding.
enabling. That means I'm
Mm-mm.
enabling. That means I'm
Mm.
enabling. I'm enabling that bad behavior. That means I'm igniting that bad behavior. That means I'm letting that bad behavior be okay. What type of lesson am I teaching my younger siblings, my children, shit, even the older people that really look up to me, but they don't want to say it? You know what I mean? So it's just like, I feel like that statement, I don't like that statement. I feel like with that statement, that means that it's saying that you're my family member and I'm going to enable you and I'm going to make sure that you do all the bad things and I'm going to agree with all of the bad things, no matter what harm it may cause you, your family, or even me. Because when I married into a family, well, when I created my family. Now, the family that I'm related to, like connected to by blood and things like that, that's my extended. At that point, I use my mom, all of them. They're my extended family. But my family, my base family, is me, my husband, and my two children. You know what I mean? Like that's
Mhm.
how I look at it now. But it took an older, wiser woman to, let that be known to me. Because at first I was writing for my family. Oh, Donovan, they said this, they said that. Well, what the fuck they got? They don't got not a goddamn thing, not even a pot or a window to throw it out in. So it's like, no, I get that, Miss Wanda. I really do.
I'm sorry, that really breaks my heart. That I know for me that would be hard, especially if you're close to certain cousins and stuff like that. I hope that they know how you feel and just put it to rest after that. Because I'm big
Um,
personally on communication. Nobody's mind readers. But
they so like they drugged me so bad. Like one of my cousins, a male cousin, he drugged me all on social media. Like after the funeral, he was look at the devil in disguise in the photo. Like it was just so bad. Like he
Oh
just
wow.
like, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like whatever. And then my other cousin, they cut her off because she was still communicating with me. So they haven't talked to her either in years.
And the thing of it is, if you ask them today, they probably would not even see where they're wrong for that.
Never see where they're wrong. They'll never see where they're wrong. Never. They'll never accept. Like I like to say sometimes, especially with elders, I feel like a lot of elders are bullies. It's like you're not
Oh,
allowed to say, I get your point, but I feel like you're wrong. because then they're going to treat you like you're disrespecting them, and then they're going to want to punk you down. And I've just never been that one that they couldn't punk me down. So this is really like the icing on the cake. It's like that probably was the last straw for them, because I was always the one that stood my ground.
Well, if you had that type of personality, Londa, they were always going to be at odds with you. And people are like that. Hey, Lady Scorpio, people are like that.
Hey,
Yeah.
And you could have supported him and not agree with him too. That's what people don't understand that either. Like just because you're showing her love. I mean, that was his girlfriend. He clearly had feelings for her, and everybody's family was affected. And if he's wrong, he's wrong. And you could still be a supportive cousin, but still be like, you going to jail, and and you want to make amends. You don't have to be kissing his ass and saying like, oh, he didn't do nothing wrong, was all her fault. If they taking it all the way there,
police killed him, so he didn't go to jail. They killed him.
The police took him.
And the thing of it though is like that whole week, like before it happened, I was talking back and forth with both of them. They were both reaching out to me, and I was telling them both the same thing, that maybe it's at that point where you guys need to separate. And and maybe it might not be a permanent thing, but sometimes you just need that break. You know what I'm saying? Because it was getting just too damn toxic, to the point where doors was getting kicked in, furniture getting cut up, and it was just a lot going on with them. And I was just telling them, you guys probably just need to take a break. Well, she ended up coming back to Minnesota to get her kids situated with her mom, because she went in his truck. She did something I can't remember. Anyways, he called the police. She got a charge, and she was about to go to court. And I think she was going to have to do like 90 days or something. So she brought her kids here to get situated. You're calling me. You're telling me you done with her, this, that, blah, 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 blah. But the minute you find out she's in Minnesota, you bring your ass back to Minnesota, and you right there with her. And this is what I was trying to get my family to understand. Y'all looking at her like she's not shit. Y'all looking at her like she's trashy, but this is what he liked. This is what he loved. So why y'all are getting yourself involved so deeply, to the point where you guys aren't even realizing that he did want to be with her. He was not trying to get away from her. He followed her back to Minnesota.
And they should, if they really wanted them to be apart, there's ways. Like you can't force, of course you can't force nobody to be apart, but they should have nipped that in the bud. At least tell them, like you said, like you did, tell them maybe it's time for you to spend some time apart.
Oh no, but you become the villain when you act like you have some sense and you try to tell somebody something that makes sense. You become the villain. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
Thank you for the super sticker, Tamika.
You
Thank
really
you for the
do.
super sticker, Gold Digger. Thank you, Tamika and Gold Digger. But yeah, when you start talking like you have some sense, you become the villain. And why do people want to do that? Or they make it like, oh,
because that's enabling.
Think about how people. I'm gonna use this for an example. There's people that think I hate Chrisean. She's a Chrisean hater. No, I'm not. Just because I tell the truth. Just because I'm objective.
I think it's beyond you telling the truth. No. Okay. I think it's not. Okay, yeah, of course, it's you telling the truth. I think everybody should tell the truth, honestly. But it's you telling the truth. But you're not enabling her. The main goal tonight, the star word is enabling. I don't enable my siblings, you know what I mean? Because my brothers, they in and out of the law, y'all. And my mom, she be like, oh, we gotta pay the bail money. Oh, we gotta do this. She think the whole world done stopped because her sons is in jail. But what did your sons do to get in jail? Now that's my blood brother. We came out the same cootie cat, you know what I mean? But I got the money. Yes, I do got the money to bail this man out. But he deserved to be in there. He the one that went out there and did whatever that he did. I didn't do it for him. He knew what's right and what's wrong at the end of the day. I know you know what's right and what's wrong. You still chose the wrong. If it was my son, I would expect his uncles and his dad and his older cousins, male cousins, to hold him to that high regard. I don't care. I do the
How do you
same thing
teach
to my
them?
sisters.
That's how you teach them. And y'all know I got dragged for Chrisean,
Mm-hmm.
and I never hated that girl in my life. I was looking forward to
You did
her.
get right
Um,
by me, one of them. I was one of them. I
but
could admit that.
and that's okay because I understand
But
like the
I
environment was
understood the logic.
yeah.
I understood the logic, though. Like after a while, you just understand the logic of everything. Like, hold up,
Mhm.
wait. Like at times we do get caught in that moment where we're enabling someone. I know I
Mm-hmm.
enable my children a lot. Like you got to tell you need to do these chores. It's not doing it because I don't want to do it. No, it's doing it to teach you independency. I'm not enabling you. So
Yeah.
I feel like with
Especially when
Krishan,
you're
I feel
older.
like the adults in her life enabled her. That's why her adult years, it just trickled down to her adult years. And that's with all of us. I feel like that happens to all of us. We just don't talk about it, but that happens to all of us. No, I'm not going to enable you.
And that's where the pain
That's
Hold on
not
a
what I'm
lies.
doing.
second.
You need to
Let me
let me
take a
learn.
second and thank Katina. Katina, thank you for the super sticker.
Thank you,
Sonalda, thank you for the
Katina.
super sticker. Thank you guys
Thank
so
you,
much. Now,
Zanalza.
now,
And that
Cassandra laughing. Cassandra, why you laughing?
but that's where the pain lies too. Cause like I always like I used to say, even on the panels, like it's better to be smacked with the truth than kissed with a bunch of lies. Cause it enables the person. And if a person knows they're not making the right steps, they turn resentful to you. If you
That's
condoning it and
true.
you're not giving
That's
them the help they
true.
need. When I look at Krishan, I see a young lady, because she's a woman, who is crying out for help, and people just want to see a show. That's why she's so rude to her fans. She knows she need
mm-hmm.
help. She can't go to her family for that. She can't go to anybody like she don't have nobody to go to like teach her the way to get out of Chrisean Rock and get back to Chrisean Malone. Like you feel me what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying?
Let me read Gold Digger's comment. Sometimes family will try to drag you down to the gutter if you don't help them the way they want help, but they will continue to be repeat offenders if you keep trying to fix their mistakes. That's true. And Cassandra says, because you're very honest, Tamika. And Gold Digger, thank you once
It ain't
again
no
for
way to ever
supporting
be.
Zanalda. Yeah, so okay, so let me ask you guys and put it in the chat. What are some things that would allow you with a good conscience to cut off a family member? And is there a limit for you? Like,
What
because
you
Essay.
mean? Like a
like
title? Like a
is
title?
there like would it be okay for you to cut off a cousin or an aunt, but you could never see yourself cutting off a
Yes.
child or your parents?
Essay.
I cut off my grandmother before. I cut off my mom before. I feel like anybody that tamper with your peace. See, because at the end of the day, I feel like it's biblical at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Now I have
Like,
had periods of
can y'all
time
hear me?
where yeah, I can hear
Mm-hmm.
you. I've had periods
Oh,
of time where I've
oh, I'm
stopped
sorry, y'all got
talking to
quiet.
certain family members. Like I've like just
I
recently
feel
I
like
had
that's
a
okay.
yeah, it's okay. We can come back together, but sometimes you need that space. I mean, I've had a little time
Yes.
period where I didn't speak to my mom for a little bit. Nothing outrageous. I had a time where I didn't speak to my sister for a little bit, and that was just
Right.
this past year. But
Mm-hmm.
we come back together. It doesn't mean that when you cut a family member off, it has to be permanent.
It's
But until
permanent. Right.
yeah, it doesn't
That's what
have
I
to
was
be
thinking.
permanent.
Like, if permanent, like I don't like unless it's like somebody was touching on kids or like they committed some type of like weird essay crime. Definitely, you
Yeah,
getting cut off. That didn't happen a lot in my
yeah,
family. I
that's
mean,
cut off
my
forever.
cousin, yeah, my cousin,
Yeah,
her
that's cut off
husband
forever.
was
Yeah.
weird, but they completely cut. That's what I consider cut off. But when if I ever was like, I'm not speaking to you, it never lasts very long at all. Because especially my mother's side, like they didn't go like you gonna love each other regardless, and we were always taught to express ourselves. And most of the time, if I get something off of my chest and you don't, like, it doesn't happen again, I'm cool. Like, I can't deliver perfection to anybody, so I really don't expect perfection from anybody. I'm not a
Okay, so
perfect
with that
human.
being said, I feel like, okay, so with this topic, I feel like, yes, you are cutting them off, but it's not like you're cutting them off forever. It's not like a forever thing. Like when I cut you off, it's only to say, let me protect my peace until you get done dealing with whatever you got going on with yourself. Them demons, you got to face them by yourself. But I'm not about to be borrowing your demon named Ben and you out there, with Sherry and Jerry, that, like that demon. I'm not about to be borrowing your demons at the end of the day. So I'm going to protect my peace. I'm going to go ghost, as y'all say, ghosting. I'm going to go ghost and let you just deal with that. And then when you come around, because I'm pretty sure you're going to come around, like we got family events and things like that. It's certain things that you can't really cut them off with unless you just saying, I'm not going. I
Yeah,
do have events that I just don't go.
you feeding them with a long spoon, and like you teach people how to treat you. So like, of course, we all from some type of hood or whatever. Like, you have cousins that you don't want them in your house because something might be missing when they're gone, or they're gonna always ask you for money and you're not gonna
Damn.
give it to them, or like,
I got a
there's
lot of
that type
those.
of the type of weirdness. Or like I said, my cousin that had the weird fiance, boyfriend, husband, whatever thing. I'm not going to that house, but that's still my cousin, and at the cookout, I might get my high buy if even that. But you still gonna be my cousin. I'll fix you a plate. We can kick it, but I know how to, like, I feed you with a long spoon. But I'm not really like
Mm-hmm.
moved by stuff. Like I said, like we can me and my cousin could have a screaming match and maybe have a day and not speaking to each other. But that's still like my homie. Like I can't get rid of them. And as long as you know how I feel and I know how you feel, we could come to a resolution. I've never been in some type of like disagreement, especially with family, where I wasn't out to seek a resolution.
Yeah, I don't think anybody
Okay.
ever intentionally, unless it's something drastic with a family member
Yeah.
that you want it to be. Oh, hey, witches brew girl. Look, I
Hey,
fell
witches
asleep.
brew.
I was snoozing at the regular Showtime girl, but look, we still came together tonight, y'all.
We did. I'm so
Look,
proud of you, Candace.
oh Lord. Look, we working with this new schedule, y'all. We gonna get it together. I think next week will be better because I'll have 1 week under, like, this is an adjustment. But yeah. So
But I understand. I understand why people don't speak to, like with Krishan's family, whatever. I understand why some of them don't speak to other ones and things like that. Because everybody's family is different, everybody's heart is different, everybody's upbringing is different at the end of the day. And you're not gonna my son is not gonna be ODing in your house, like things like that. Like,
they have such a damaged family. It's like
they don't need to be on network television. They do not need to,
they
like for
don't. It
real.
seems like there's such a damaged family. It's like
Oh,
I don't Krishan's family.
I think Krishan's family is average family that's on the East Coast that is dealing with drug battle, alcoholism, mental
Oh,
health. They're the normal. It's sad to say, you guys, but it's that norm. That's why they're so famous on social media, because the audience, they love to see that norm. They
wow.
do. They do. I mean, I don't I don't know about you guys, but I even relate to a China. I relate to a Chastity. I have a family member that meets each family member that's in Krishan's family. You know what
They
I
all
mean?
act the same
Now
to me.
maybe because I'm in the East Coast, like I'm close to them. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what it is. It's just that dynamic. We're on the East Coast, so that's how the East Coast is. Not saying everyone on the East Coast is like that, but everyone that battled that drug background and the mental health background and everything else, that's just what it is. So
Mm.
I don't want to say that they're right for it or anything like that, but honestly speaking, and I'm only speaking truthfully, if I was Krishan or Latifah, I would have Zeus give me a TV show about my mom and her kids because we is very fucking entertaining. And they is entertaining. They will get a lot of views and a lot of money. I mean, look at us now. We're on YouTube talking about Chrisean. We're getting money from it. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't want them on
everybody
TV.
is
I don't want to see all that
feeding.
dysfunction on my TV. Let me read
It
some of the
could be
comments real quick.
healing. It could be healing.
They ain't gonna be
exploitation.
healing. They
It's
ain't gonna heal.
exploitation.
Yeah, that for them it definitely will be exploitation. Let me get to some of the comments. Okay, so Lady
It is,
Scorpio said,
girl.
yes, she does. Carissa, her godmother, is a good life coach and mentor for Rock. Bessie said it could be anyone that she cut off. Let's see. Gold Digger said, when their behavior
Me
becomes so
too.
toxic and it's affecting your immediate household, causing chaos, and the kids in your house are seeing constant negativity as a result of a family member's action. Yes. Bessie says sometimes it's not you who makes it the cutoff permanent. It's them. That's right. That is right.
That is right.
And let's see.
Yeah.
And Gold Digger
2 snaps
said,
from his
right,
birthday.
Hudson, you won't be invited to my house, and I'm not going to your functions knowing it's going to be toxic. I am at peace living, loving you from a distance. I think you meant to say. Yes. That's right.
I
Or
agree, girl.
that's saying right there, loving them from a distance or handling them with a
Mm.
long y'all know that saying
A
you gonna
long
handle them
stick.
with a long handle
I
spoon.
just said
Yes.
that. Y'all don't be listening to me. I just said that.
No,
Yes.
you
Well,
did
here's the
say that. I
phone.
do remember you saying that.
Okay, Witches Bruce said, so sad to say I cut off my mom, dad, 2 sisters, and 1 brother. I only talk to 1 sister and 1 brother. Ooh, what happened? Look, I'm nosy. That's the
Witches brew,
whole
I get
family.
that.
But you
That
know
And
what?
my
that
If it
ex-husband, he
and
cut
the
off
thing
his
of it is,
mother.
but
And what
people
you say,
need to
Candy?
understand. One second, Hudson. People need to understand that decisions like this are very hard. They're never taken lightly. So it a lot of times it's repeated disappointment
it
or
is.
It's
abuse from
rooted.
somebody that makes
Hmm.
you have to
Mhm.
make that decision. I don't think anybody
Mhm.
takes cutting off their mother, their father, people that you are supposed to be your village, that you're actually going to be cutting them off and not having any communication with them. So it's a very heartbreaking thing. Let's
But
see.
it comes
Ladies,
with
It's
continued
so sad.
disappointment. It comes
yes,
with
it does.
disappointment. I
That's
think that's
right.
when you want to cut off a parent. Because that's the only time that I'll cut off my mom is she just disappointed me too many times and I'm just done with it. That means I'm just protecting my peace. I don't want to
My
just
Hmm.
go
ex-husband
off
was
or,
like that. He wasn't speaking to his family, and when we got together, because my family's so close knit, I encouraged him to like try to build a relationship back up with them. And his mother was very close to my son, who was our first grandson. And when we got divorced, and he got with like he married another woman, she wasn't speaking to her family, so he stopped speaking to his. And like then like it interfered with my son's relationship with his grandmother. That's the thing that like bothers me is like the domino effect. And if you like, it takes a lot of pain to cut somebody off. It does. It takes like I just like don't put that
it
pain on
does.
yourself either. Like because it's just
Hmm.
it breaks my heart. Like he don't answer the
Yeah,
phone
so
for her.
ladies.
I can see you not calling her, but if that like her
Hmm.
calling you, even if it's a short conversation, like what's up? What you need? Like I'm never that type to just be like I'm not speaking to you because that takes a lot of energy.
That does. And it don't take just a well, yeah, you could say energy. Cause I feel like when I'm at odds with like one of my siblings or my mom, I lose sleep. Like, when some people be like, I'm not gonna lose sleep with me not talking to you. No, I be losing sleep because that's the only thing I'm worrying about. But Lady Scorpio T said, I agree. I have a few family members that are like Rock family. Child. Gold Digger said, who child? We West Coast families deal with drugs, drug dealers, alcohol addiction, DV abuse within the families too. Child, that's worldwide then. Okay, so we could
No
all
family
relate
is
to a
perfect.
none. The Witches Bruce said, I'm at peace and no drama. Thank you very much, because me too. Whatever Candy said at that time, Gold Digger said, facts Candy. Zanalda said, or being treated like the black sheep of the family. So it was okay. Let me tell y'all, right? it was the time in my life that I did feel like I was the black sheep of the family at the end of the day. Like, I'm the oldest, so my next sibling after me from my mom's side, well, even from my dad's side, well, I don't know from my dad's side for real, but from my mom's side, the next sibling after me, he is 5 years younger than me. So from 1 to 5, or from newborn to 5, it was only me. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I had my older cousins, but it was really me. So when I got shipped off to Maryland, I feel like I got shipped off to DC. So when from New Jersey to DC, I got shipped off. I felt abandonment from that point on because I didn't have my mom, I didn't have my grandfather at that time. I didn't have familiar people. So when you ship me off to DC with, your other siblings that I'm not close to, I don't really know. You know them, but I don't at that time. Yeah, I agree with that. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like I was the black sheep of the fucking family because why do I gotta get shipped off? You got 4 other kids too right after me. So I did feel that type of black sheep, because when I moved into my aunt's house in DC, she had kids, she had her husband, she had kids. But think about it, I'm not her child. So I feel like some of the things that they did, I couldn't do.
My cousin just said that
So
too. My cousin, who I like in my
yeah,
age group,
I feel like
like
anybody that's like that.
her mother, who was an elder cousin of mine, but she like I'm the baby of the whole like of that generation, whatever. So her daughters went to school with me. They're my same age, and my best friends. One of them was literally in the newborn clinic with me because we were born a day apart on the same year.
Mm-hmm.
And when she married another dude, my two cousins that are close to me, the girls who wasn't his kids, she sent to her mother's house and still in the family, but to her mother's house, and they had a bunch of boys together. They would still go over there on weekends. They would still go they would still communicate like that. She didn't completely cut them off or anything like that. But it wasn't until just now, and I'm 40, that my cousin is talking about how resentful she is for that, even though her mother was completely involved in her life, and how she felt like ostracized.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you guys, I want to delve into this because
I
we have
think
a
she's
couple people in
subject
the
to feel
comments.
that.
We have a
Yeah, we
couple
do.
people in the
Everyone do.
comments that are, kind of on, along the same accord right here. So
Yeah.
it's like, so Zanalda started it off. We're saying, or being treated like the black sheep of the family.
Mm-hmm.
I've
And
always been
then,
the black
and
sheep
Mm-hmm.
look,
everywhere.
and here come Cassandra laughing like
Like
China.
China.
Yes, yes,
But I'm not like China. I'm not like China. I
not
just
like
felt
China.
like the black sheep. I just felt, okay, with my story being told, I just felt like the black sheep because I was the sibling that got shipped to DC with my grandfather's, other children from another baby mom that wasn't my grandmother. Like, not even my grandmother was equipped to take care of me at that time. So I got shipped to another baby mom, and of course that was my mom's siblings, of course, but I didn't know these people. So yeah, I felt like the black sheep. And by me going into their household with her kids, her husband, it was certain times that I felt like the black sheep. So yeah, my ghosting stages come from feeling like the black sheep. I'm not saying I'm a China. I ain't gonna do all of that. But it's certain times that black sheep meaning it comes from that.
Did you speak to her
Mm.
about it, or did you talk to them about it?
Talk to who?
Your
My
Your
family,
mom.
mom.
and especially your mom, the one that shipped you off.
She didn't ship me off. My grandfather got too old and he couldn't take care of me, so he just shipped me off to. I say ship me off. Now they don't like when I say this phrase, but it's like shipping me
But if that's how
off.
you
Like, I still
feel, that's
feel
how
that
you
Yeah,
way.
that's how you
feel.
felt. That's how you felt. Now, Cassandra
Yeah,
says, I
yeah.
know I am the black sheep. I stay to myself. What made you feel like that, Cassandra? What made you feel like that within your family? Witches Bruce says, I'm definitely the
Yeah.
black sheep of my family, always have been.
Always
Come
have
on,
been.
Witches Brew, what's making you feel like that, or what made you feel like that as a child?
Yeah.
Maybe your
'Cause I
neurodivergent.
never said that
No,
out loud,
I'm
y'all. I
kidding. I'm
never
kidding.
said that out loud.
See,
I
you
really
gotta
never said
express
none of that out
yourself.
loud.
You got
Yeah.
to find peace. That's all, like for real, for real. Sometimes people don't even know. They don't know.
And it's shocking that you have other people that feel the same way. Hey, Cherry Blossom.
Hey, Cherry, how are you? Now, you know what? I would never, okay, I don't, I never
Because you
considered it
older than
feeling
your
like,
siblings, Candy.
yeah, I'm older than my siblings, but you know what? I, well, you guys tell me, because I never considered it like feeling like the black sheep of the family, but um, I can remember like key things that stood out to me where like I told you guys about my dad, my real dad, right? And I have
Mm-hmm.
a stepdad that I was raised with, but I still kind of felt like the outcast there because like I'm from my mom's first marriage and my brother and sister are from her second and still current marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like I can remember one time, things, you know how things that stick out to you as a kid. One time my stepdad brought these picture frames of like these brass picture frames, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of of a stork that to put my brother and sister baby pictures in. And I can remember being old enough and saying to him, my mom has 3 kids. Because he came with 2. Like
You're
I
subject to feel that way.
yeah, I remember little things like that. What I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't necessarily feel like the black sheep of the family, but
That's
a
the meaning I
different,
feel like of a black sheep,
yeah.
though. I feel like that's the black sheep. I mean, no, you didn't feel that way, but if you told that to someone else, they probably would have said, "Oh, so you like a black
No, I
sheep?"
thought that was like
Basically,
some stepdad type stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was more like that to me.
that's part of a black sheep.
Is
But
it?
that's just my
I
opinion.
never delved into. No. I
Everybody
never
have
thought
a
about it.
maybe different.
It
Well,
is. It
maybe
is.
we
It's
need
the
to look
black
it
sheep.
up as Google and
A
look
black
up
sheep
black sheep. Like, what is a black
is
sheep?
it's a part of the herd, but you feel like an outcast. Like you don't feel like
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically, whenever
you
you
feel like
feel like an outcast.
you feel like you get the
Okay.
Yeah, so
smallest
yeah, I
piece of
feel like that was a
chicken.
black sheep.
You get the
Yeah.
The
smallest piece of
smallest
chicken.
piece of chicken. Don't give me the smallest piece of chicken because I love flats, not drums.
Okay.
Me
Let's
too.
read through
I
some of this
hated
stuff.
that.
Let's read through some
Yes,
of it.
like at the
We got
comments.
look here. You read, Hudson. You up here, girl. You gonna read too. Read. Okay. Here's Mrs. Darrell.
Child, sometimes family ain't ish. There's a lot of family mistakes started acting real funny after I began my career in healthcare and me and my husband built our house. I even got a few siblings I don't. That's from Mrs. D Real.
Okay. Here we go. Witch's brew.
I was given to my aunt and my grandparents when I was a newborn, the only one who was given away out of all the siblings. I'm not the oldest or the youngest. Oh, that sounds like
Oh,
nosy.
that is
Which
that.
is brew.
Yeah, that is a little odd, and I could see why it would make you feel like that. Like it's not like you were the first one and they didn't know what they were doing or anything like that, and it wasn't like you were the youngest and they couldn't, they
She
had
was
too
in the
many children in
middle.
the house. Yeah, you're in the middle, so why would you give me away? I can definitely understand that. Let's see here.
I can
I'll take this
understand that
next one.
too.
Okay, so Gold Digger said that's a good question, and Heavy. Why were you the child that got shipped off? Was that question ever answered for you? And
Oh, yeah, I really want to know.
Lady Scorpio said, I'm definitely the black sheep of my family. Let's see. Mrs. DeReal comes back and says, to fool with due to obvious jealousy and envy. Sad thing about it is that I'm the baby of the family. So, needless to say, yeah, I too feel feed most of my so-called family with a long-handled spoon. Yep. Sometimes you got to do it. Sometimes it's really all about self-preservation
Yeah.
because you're like, dang, everybody around me I feel like is trying to tear me out or they don't really care about how I'm doing or my mental health, which when you're in it, you're not even thinking that it's your mental health that's being messed with, but it really is.
Mm-hmm.
Katina says, I did feel like the
Mm-hmm.
black sheep as well. I'm the baby of 10, 5 girls and 5 boys, and I was the first to
Mm.
do it all. And let's see.
Mm.
Okay.
I thought I
Gold
had
Digger comes in and
a big
says,
family.
yeah. Gold Digger says, wow, Mrs. DeReal, and it really does happen with family and siblings. But if it were them doing all the wonderful things you have done, they want you to be happy and support them. Make it make sense. Yes. Everybody always
Yes.
wants to be celebrated. Everybody else always wants to be celebrated, but they don't necessarily want to celebrate for you, or they want you to do
Hmm.
good, or you can have family that want you to do good, but not as good as
But
them,
not better than them.
or
Hmm.
not better than them. Cassandra says, I do
Hmm.
not do drama, gossip, anything that disturbs my peace. I only talk on the phone to my baby sister. I will talk to some folks one every 2 weeks or longer. Yep, yep,
That's
yep.
true, Cassandra.
Okay.
I
Darrell
agree. I
says,
can relate.
mm-hmm. Mrs. D. Real said, God bless him because I ain't the one to lick nobody ASS, including family. I'm definitely the black sheep and I don't care because, for one, I'm the baby of the family. When my mom was alive, I was always spoiled. Okay, Zanalda
I get
says,
that. Me too,
yeah,
Mrs. D. I'm gonna put it
Zanalda
on the floor.
says, my mom treated my sister and brother better. It was really bad. I went to counseling because of the anger I had towards my mom. I've heard of mothers doing that. And,
You
but you know what?
have you
But
ever
okay,
read A Child Called It?
a long time ago I did. And wasn't there a movie about it as well?
I don't know, but he had 3 books. Like I wouldn't be surprised if there was a movie. I haven't seen
I
it,
don't want
but
to. I'm scared of clowns.
that woo, and it was a married couple. It was just that one kid she was abusing. She was making him eat all type of like what China was making her
Yeah.
kids eat. Apparently, she was like sending him to school and like he was like that kid that was on that Netflix show. Remember that Spanish kid whose mother
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
unalived him?
I don't
His
remember
mother
the
was
name. I don't
dragging
remember
him.
the name, but I remember it. So Cassandra says, my grandparents raised me until I was 8, and my mama came and stole me, and we moved to Canada for 2 years. I didn't know I had a mother or another sister until my mom appeared with my sister. Wow. You know what?
Mm.
My
You know what?
uncle, my
I can
uncle,
Yeah.
relate to so
a
many of y'all
lost
stories.
a lost daughter that my uncle had was just contacted through ancestry.com, and
Mm.
that is my uncle already passed away, but his daughters are supposed to be meeting up with this girl, and it's apparently supposed to be kind of awkward. So I wonder how
Can I
that's
say
gonna happen.
this? Okay, I'm glad you said awkward because that's the word that maybe I should use. So I'm gonna use awkward. It is so awkward when a parent, grandparent, or anybody pass away and they have that, other offspring, because that's what it is, offspring. So other offspring, and you have to be the one that patched that up. I don't. Ooh, I don't like that. I really don't. I stir fur from that. Like you knock
Hmm.
on my door telling me I'm your dad's child. I'm not gonna be receptive to you. You my dad. Girl, I don't even know my
Well,
goddamn dad. Where the fuck? What
That
you, what you
look, but
talking
you guys,
about?
you guys ever remember me telling you about my dad's situation when he passed away, and that I mean, I guess they say it's my sister, but I didn't want anything to do with that. I just didn't,
I
and I
don't
was
blame. I may miss that show, or I probably don't remember that show, but I don't blame you for that because I don't even know him. I mean, in your case, you knew your father, but I mean, he ain't
I
tell
got a
you
brother.
about offspring.
I got a brother in between my sister and I, but he's cool with like my mother. My mother's a very warm like person, like so she didn't neglect. She not gonna. Let me put it like because Wendy is still crazy, but my mother will not take anything out on the children. So no, and now she's a blessing for that because any other woman will be like, don't bring that baby around me. Like, that stuff, like, people are very resentful sometimes, but my mother always
yeah,
had her door open for my brother and always, I don't know what her and my father, what happened between them, how they sorted that out. But my brother was always welcome in and out my life. Like my brother, I spoke to my brother the other day. Like it was never no problem. And that's a blessing because you never
yeah,
know
it is.
what, like your resentfulness, what type of domino effect it can have on the others. Like my
That's
son now, he gotta
true.
hide and call his grandmother because he know his father don't mess with her.
Oh
And
wow.
that woman loves her grandson. I think that was her second chance because her son and my ex-husband, like, and his brothers and stuff, they went through so much with their parents, and she was violently abused and fed drugs and all that stuff, and he's still resentful for that. But she can't, go back in time. But I believe she wanted to do it over with my son, and she did for a long time until we got divorced, and then it was, oh, you ain't speaking to him no more.
Mm-mm-mm. Miss Londa, did you have anything else to add? I didn't want to leave you out of the conversation, and I
I
did
don't.
respond to you back on IG.
Okay. No.
Okay. All right. Let's look, that was quick. Okay, let's give it to our comments here. So Mr. Real said, I always got whatever I wanted. Also, I'm much younger than most of them because my mom had me and the brother that's a little older than me so late. Last, they all say I got ugly ways and that I'm just like her. Oh, that's people taking their resentment out on your mother, out on you. Sounds like to me.
Mm-hmm.
Gold Digger said, wow, witch's brew, and you're such a beautiful person. Goes to show that no matter what, God's plan and purpose prevails for you. Um,
That's true.
That's
Witch's Brew
real, which
said,
is real. They missing out on
That's
a good
real.
person.
that Witch's Brew
Mm-hmm.
said, no wonder why we all get along so good. We're a big herd of black sheep.
Yes, which is bro. Right. I found
Just
out with
let
so much of
yourself
attention. That's crazy.
Mrs. DeReal said, I don't give a damn, and they know it. Because like my late mother, I do not play, never did. So, you know,
Never.
Me
okay.
either, because I, like, y'all know I got a big mouth. So if I have a problem, I'm going in there kicking the door like what's good, what was said, and what did you da da da, and no, you're not treating me different. I'm getting the same glass of Kool-Aid as everybody else. Anyway, cheers, and that's it. Like I kick up, like I never bit my tongue. I just can't do it. I'm gonna let you know how I feel.
Now, Cassandra says, I don't even know who my father is, and I'm 42. My mother has never spoke about it. Okay,
Go with
so
Listen, I'm
ancestry.
37. I'm 37, Cassandra. I get that.
Because if you want to find out ancestry, be spilling all the tea.
ooh,
At that
now that's
point, I
something
really wouldn't
interesting.
even know.
Who wants to do
Cassandra,
it?
I'm
And we can
sure.
follow your journey. Because you know what?
Cassandra, the
Here's,
paralegal.
here's what I think about that. I think that you still want to know. I think there's a part of you that always will want to know.
My aunt's
You think
daughter,
so?
my aunt's daughter was given away because this is back in the day. I mean, they were born in like the 40s and 50s and stuff like that. And he got his girlfriend in high school pregnant, and they shipped her off to one of those fair weather mother like camps. And she had her
Hmm.
baby, and her daughter just went up for adoption, and he didn't even know that the girl was pregnant or anything. He thought she just moved, and that's how they found out. And it happens all the time. I know somebody, my homegirl just found out one of her aunts had a different daddy, and nobody knew. Like, because her grandfather just raised her with the rest of them.
Yeah, people just keep the family secrets and stuff. Dionysia said, my friend treats her children differently. Two had curly hair, who she treated better than the one with non curly hair. My respect level for her is damn near non existent. Gold Digger says, I'm the black sheep as well. My mom always favored the boys over me. I think my mom struggled with having a daughter that looked drastically different from her. My mom is Mexican and Indian. Oh. Now
Oh,
that's a
okay.
dynamic that a lot of people don't talk about or acknowledge, especially if they're
Yeah.
biracial.
Some
Okay.
elders in my father's side tried to treat me a little different, but
Hmm.
it was water off a duck's back with me. And my father was like the like, because he was the only boy out of five girls, and his family is both of my families is and I come from a we look like a Benetton ad, a multicultural family, but his father is literally like biracial. Like, his grandmother was white. So some of them, like maybe one or two, would treat me a little different, but they love Uncle Billy so much that it really didn't go too far. And I'm type to like pipe up. And they like it was the ugly light skinned ones. I'm sorry, no offense, but like it was the nothing but and my mother didn't play that. Like, did she was like, we speak up, we pipe up, and that shit gets cut off real quick.
Right.
But I
Mrs.
never
D.
had an
Bro
issue with
said, I
color.
never.
Go ahead,
Hold on,
Tamika.
wait. Wait. Let me cut this comment off right quick. But say, husband, you biracial?
No, one of my grandparents is they're both that rich, but white, like straight up white. Like my grandfather is straight up white.
But what are you? Black? Just straight
I'm
black?
I'm a black girl from Yonkers. Okay, we mix with
Oh,
everything.
okay.
I got black, white,
Oh,
Puerto
okay. I
Rican,
wanted to
Native
make that
American.
clear.
I tell people I'm mixed with black and black as hell. So,
Mrs.
I
D.
like that.
Rose said, so that's crazy. Mrs. D. Rose said, I never thought of that, Candy. I think that might be exactly what that is.
Mm-hmm. And read this one from Cassandra.
Cassandra said, I'm on it tracing my grandmother's family, but as far as my dad, I don't have a desire really. I only found out what his real name was when I was switching back to my maiden name on my social security card. So
girl, you might
Cassandra,
be
that's
having
how I
some
feel.
land, some
Hold
money.
on. Cassandra, hold on. That's how I feel. I feel like I don't really want to get to know him, but I do want to know my aunts, my uncles, my late grandfather that passed away on his side, my grandmother. Like, I do want to know his side, but I don't want to know him. I don't care about him. So
No,
I get that, Cassandra. I get
I
that,
want to
Cassandra.
know my trust fund. That's what I want to know. You should be surprised how many black folks, especially
Y'all don't
got
say that stuff.
land. No, I'm dead serious. That got land in this country. Like if you ever go on the Bureau of Land Management and put in your last name and like where your people's from, you'd be surprised how many of us got land just sitting there. Or people. My father's the last one alive out of his siblings, and he just got a deed from a mansion of some white dude that passed away in his family. And my mother was mad because
Wow.
I was the only
We
one.
go.
Like me and my sister were the only cousins that didn't actually get a piece of that. But because he's the only one that's still alive, and all the other cousins got a piece. But you better
Wow.
find out who your people are. Shoot.
Right. Gold
Sweet
Digger says,
Gold said, oh, go ahead, Candy.
Gold Digger said, but of course I would look different from my mother with my father being black. Bessie says, we were treated as the Golden Girls. My mom's family was jealous of us, and it really showed when my granny died. Oh goodness. Cassandra said, my uncle said he was in the military somewhere in North Carolina.
There's always the military babies, especially my mother swear my father got some kids in Vietnam somewhere because he couldn't keep it in his pants.
Oh my goodness. Well, you guys, this conversation alone has led to so many things that we need to talk about that I'm gonna put on the list. I really, yeah. Well, like, look at
Get
this.
your money, y'all.
Look,
Bureau of Land Management.
Zanada says I'm 52 and don't know who my father is and don't care to know him after all these years. But if you had the opportunity, and this is like Cassandra, Zanalda, it. I know you feel like that, but if you had the, oh God, what's the word? If they knocked on your door tomorrow, would you be open to having a conversation? If only to say
No.
even if only to say where the hell have you been all these years, or what happened?
No. But why do that if it's gonna mess up your peace? That's gonna mess up my mood. Especially if you ain't there for change.
No. But
Are you
think
there
about
for
it.
unknowing?
But here's
Me
the thing: you have to think
personally,
about it.
the
No.
unknowing is more unsettling than like the
That's what I
closure.
was. That's what I was about to say. Because sometimes it can be as simple as, okay, I want to know who where I look at my mom all the time. I want to know where the shape of my nose comes from, or where I got this hair texture from that's not like my mom's. Sometimes it's simple things that, even just being able to look at a person or have a conversation with somebody. And it's not saying that at your age that you want to have a, because I could never see, like, if I didn't know who my father was, right, and I had the opportunity to meet him, that's just going to be meeting him as a person, because you could never come into my life as a father figure. That time has
As that
come and
title.
gone. Yeah, that time, that
Yeah.
title has come and gone. You
What
know
if
what I'm
you need a
saying?
new? What if
But
you need a
just
new
because you want to
organ?
know.
Sometimes it's better not knowing.
What if you need an organ
Maybe
or
that
something
will
like that?
save you that heartbreak. You know
Or
when you gotta
what if
save
it's not
yourself for a
even
heartbreak.
what if it's not
But
even their fault? Like, what if they've been in a
Mm-hmm.
coma for 20 years and it's not like
Child, ain't nobody in no goddamn coma but the Lifetime movies. What you say, Miss
I,
Rhonda or Candy? I think one of y'all
no,
was talking.
but sometimes I also think about it. You guys always have to realize there's there's his side, her side, and the truth.
and the truth?
And how
Yeah.
do we know what happened? How do we know we can put all the responsibility on the missing father? How do you not know that possibly your mother did something or had something to do with it? All mothers aren't perfect.
But when you're over that age, sorry to cut you off, but when you're over that age of adulthood, like you know how some fathers they'll be like, "Look, I'm gonna let you have the kid years or whatever like that. I'm gonna let my child know the real deal when they ready to know the real deal." There are certain times in people's lives that they don't take that and run with it. Like
But
when a child turns.
what if she skipped off and he didn't even know she was pregnant? There's so many different things that could
Okay,
happen.
that's a different thing. That's a different thing. But you know what you put out there at
Yeah,
certain times.
we're
Like
yeah, we're
during
definitely gonna have
certain
to
times, you
revisit
know
this
what you
conversation.
put out there.
If I need a
Yeah, because I
kidney,
feel
Ooh,
like
they type in paragraphs. Anyway, we gotta get to the comments. They type in paragraphs.
Yes. Okay. So Katina says, yes, Candy, we're gonna have to revisit this on Saturday because I need a drink or two. And oh, let me say this
Yeah.
real quick. Let me say this
Who
real
can see that
quick.
at work?
I hope anybody that is making their way, because remember, on that other platform, this is actually the weekend that there was supposed to be a get together and that got canceled, but there were still people that were attending that are going.
whew,
I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful time. I
I was
really
waiting.
do.
Yes, and be
Um,
Y'all had me
safe.
pissed. Y'all had me pissed. I was waiting. But
Yes,
Be
but
safe.
no, here's the thing.
Drink
Katina will be there
responsibly.
tomorrow. Katina will be there tomorrow. Evolving Media is already there. She got there today. I'm not,
Ooh.
those are the only ones that I know for sure. I don't know if anybody else is going, but if you guys can hook up with them, send them a message. It still would be great if you guys all got to meet if you're out there at the same time.
What happened to
That's
Marla?
pretty cool.
And Marla is out there. Now I would have to check with Marla to see if Marla's back, because she did go to Belize on the 10th, but I do think she may be back, you guys. I think she may be. I will check and just shoot the word out to you guys that hey, Marla's out, back home. So
She
she
gonna have
lives
us
out there
playing
too.
pickleball. She gonna have us
Yes.
playing pickleball.
Which is Britt said, I didn't realize so many share the same story and can relate to mine and me theirs. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
that's
what
the
I'm telling you.
crazy
We
part.
never know unless we all talk to one another and have these type of
Mm-hmm.
conversations. Mrs. DeReal said, y'all know what? Nowadays, these younger generations have been proving a lot of alleged parents from back in the day wrong through their
Mm-hmm.
ancestry DNA test child because they are big on that. Yes. And Cassandra
Mm-hmm.
was
That should be
saying
a
what I
whole.
was saying about just wanting to know kind of just where you came from, even if just to see. Because sometimes,
Yeah.
you may grow up with siblings and they all look one way, you look different, and you want to know who do I look like, even,
Y'all all know that Sean is Krishan's daddy. Now stop it.
I think he is. I thought it was awful odd that he had the same last name.
And
I'm just
first name.
saying.
Oh, y'all talking
Mm-mm,
about the white man. Y'all talking about the
mm.
white. But Krishan looked like Tasaki though. Y'all don't think she looked like
She
Tifa?
can her too. She don't
But
look like the rest of them.
no, them two don't look like the rest of them either. Nicole says
Child, I don't know
DNA.
about her.
Nicole said DNA ancestry helped me find my whole father's side of the family, and my mother
Mm.
starts singing. She swears she didn't know where my dad was at. Wow.
And you see?
Ooh.
Now
So Nicole, did you
Mm.
did you not believe her? Do you feel like she knew where your dad was? We need to do something about that too. There are sometimes mothers are so spiteful about the way that the
Mothers
relationship with
does
the
do
man
that.
with the way the relationship went with the man, that she doesn't want the
Mm-hmm.
child to be involved with the father. If
we
she
see that
wants them to
happening
hate them,
now.
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
That still happens all the time. It's that
Yep,
I
spitefulness and that
do.
resentfulness. Oh, you are
yep,
with that. You live with her. You can't see my baby. And like that's
mm-hmm,
how my mother always let my brother like be a part of our family. Like he spent the night all the time because his mother was apparently on Just. My father sat on a bunch of bars, so he used to be hanging out. And
mm-hmm.
Yeah, my brother was at our house more than his own house.
Mm-mm.
And I look more like my half brother than my full sister.
Wow.
I don't look like none of my siblings. I feel like.
Zanata said, great conversation, ladies. I enjoyed it. Cassandra says, I think that is what the strain in my relationship with my mama, along with her treating me like a stepchild. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, of course.
I
That's
think
where it always is with our mom.
some of the moms treat the kids different based off of the fathers too, if they have different dads.
That is
That is
true.
Yep.
true.
That
Yep.
is
That's why
true.
That's
that's why
true.
my
Their
son moved
relationship
back
with
here.
them.
Because my son lived with his father for a while, but he moved back with me because I was hearing his stepmother, and I was always nice to her. I would call her bonus mom. I like send her kids birthday and Christmas gifts, and always like give her a gift for Mother's Day. But when my son was telling me that she was treating him differently, even when his father was treating her son just like all the rest of the kids. Once they started having kids, I was like, you know, you can come back here if you want. My door is always open. He was flying back and forth all the time anyway. You know how much money I done spent on freaking JetBlue?
Denicia said, I agree, Mrs. Scott. I would not want you to chance my peace. Gold Digger says,
Let
now
me
this.
put in Quasia, because she always say Mrs. Scott. Heavy on the Mrs. Scott. Yes, the Anicia Scott.
Gold Digger says, this
Heavy
is
on the
what
Scott.
Gold Digger said, this is what my father said to me. I always loved you, but I knew I wasn't a good dad or a good husband, so I let you all go. But I always prayed and asked God that if there was ever some love between us. Oh, is there a continuation, Gold Digger? Let me see. Oh, here it
Yeah,
is.
it is.
Here it is. Please bring my kids back to me at the right time in life. I respected him for being honest and admitting he was not a good dad or a husband. Oh, wow.
Now I have a question for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask this one question?
Mm-hmm.
Like, just say, like, this is for instance, this is not to, like, like, we don't talk about kids or whatever. If because Latifah lived in Los Angeles, and her and Chrisean are not talking. But if you knew there was something wrong with one of your nieces and nephews, would you put that to the side and go knocking on her door?
No, I would not. No,
Like as far as
See,
no.
what,
I
like
would.
the condition or the fact that she went to jail.
All of that, like, first of all, the condition, like her not like what is alleged of her. I'm just saying, for instance, so I know, like, people get like just say for instance all that the stuff that people allege was right. And I knew and she knows how her sister is, and mentally we know Chrisean is clearly depressed and not taking care of herself, and sometimes that does fall on the kids. Would you like put that stuff to the side
No,
and
no,
go
no.
knock on the door?
She's not
See,
part
I
of
would.
Chrisean's support system. See, and that's where people get heartbroken at, because once you go knocking at that door, you're going to get disappointed because you're going to get turned away. You know why? Because you're not a part of that support system. You
But see, I
see,
wouldn't
that's
mind getting
why
turned
most
away.
people.
Some people would mind that. I would not, because
I
sometimes all it takes,
feel like
especially with
that's going to
somebody,
disturb your peace, right? I feel like
but
that's going to disturb your peace, but that's
I
just
cannot,
me.
I cannot see something happen to one of my nieces and nephews without me knocking on your door
But
at
how
least.
can
Or
you stop it if you have no say so? You have no say so. You have
no,
no
but
say
just
so of your nieces and nephews.
No, I,
You
I
have
would
no
when
reach
say
somebody
out.
so.
is treading water and they think nobody cares, sometimes all it takes is for them to tell, like, you knock on the door, be like, yo,
But
can I,
she
like,
already have her support system that she
I,
feel like
I
they're
would
more
she
than a
don't.
I would
family.
reach out. I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna reach out.
Me
But
too.
I'm not gonna fight to be there. Do you
Uh-uh.
understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna
Yeah.
Well,
reach out.
reaching out and fighting to be there is two different things.
Yeah,
Reaching
but
out,
but
hey,
I'm
is
not gonna
everything
fight to be there.
okay? But fighting to
If
be
you
there,
turn me
going
away
there, no, I'm not
and you
doing
say
that.
you don't need my help, you got it covered, you got your friends. Okay, at least I know I'm gonna have peace that I tried.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying like trying to go in there and kumbaya, give her a hug and mend everything. Shoot, I could be feeling one day, kick down the door, grab my nephew and take him to the ER and dare you to try it. Like, you don't even have to be friends with her, but like, you got to put stuff aside for the children. That's why they're so fucked up now. Where are
I
their aunts
feel
and
like
uncles?
that's I think that's overstepping boundaries.
Step.
I think that's overstepping boundaries. I wish my child, my kid's aunt would come in and go to my best friend and say, I'm gonna get my niece or I'm gonna get my nephew, when I know my best friend is better kept than my siblings. Period. I
I'm not
know
gonna
my
watch.
siblings better than anybody else know my siblings. I know them. Although we go through hateful things, this and that, and everything else, I would
But
still
let
choose
me
my
tell you
best
this.
friend to take care of my children. And
Let me
if I
say
go to jail,
Best
I will
friend.
want my best friend to keep my children. And if my sister come knocking at their door, and my sister is on this plan, I mean in the chat, I'm just speaking. But if my sister feel like she has the authority to come in my best friend's house and knock on her door and say, "This is my nephew and I need my nephew," my best friend gonna look at her and say, "Wait, what?
But
Hold
here's the
up."
thing too, because we've all talked about things that happened when we were younger. Do like your these kids, they don't stay kids for long. Like there's times when things have happened where I'm like, why didn't nobody champion for me? Where my back is? And people always talk about like black women and black children are not protected, and we need to be a community and all this stuff.
Well,
I'm
that's
not
when
gonna
you
let
have to
what you.
communicate with your children and say, listen, you see, most people, they'll say kids need to stay in the kids' place. Yeah, kids do need to stay in the kids' place to a certain extent, because I know with my children, I'll be like, look, stand clear. I don't tell my husband only to stand clear, because my husband ain't always going to be with my son when he upstairs in the room with people that he don't know. So I got to tell my son, stand clear of this and that. I don't say a child need to stay in a child place. Yeah, a child need to stay in a child place to a certain extent. Yes, when I'm gossiping about, the next family member. But when it comes down to stuff like that, that's just the way that I look at things.
Well, I'm saying
So
like
I
not like
mean,
I
it
can see
goes
if they're
with it as it
fine.
is.
Your sibling is taking care of the kids and they're fine, they're good, they're clean, they're going to school, they're eating well, and she's not speaking
I
to you.
don't want
That's
my
one
siblings
thing.
to come look
Yeah,
the
something
come
different
knocking
though.
at the godchildren, because he's with his godmother. Because that's why I'm just putting my predicament with Krishan, because you basing it with Krishan. So I'm just putting my predicament with Krishan. Krishan has Marsh, because as the last thing we know, Marsh got Krishan Jr. I don't know who else got Krishan Jr. We know
Now,
Marsh got Krishan Jr.,
but
right?
they said Krishan Jr.
Too.
ain't with Marsh though, so I
So
don't
what he
know.
with now?
I
Who he
think
with?
those are
They
I
rumors.
they
know he
say
with.
that he
It
they
said
say
he's.
he's in Baltimore somewhere. So I'm gonna highlight
Ooh.
these last comments and then we gotta
Okay, go
get
ahead,
out of here,
Hannah.
y'all. Cause look, I still gotta get up early in the morning. But we definitely have to continue some because this took a lot of turns. And I see a lot of us are struggling with some things. Even if we try to say, oh,
I'm
I'm
sorry, y'all.
grown, I'm out of it, it's okay. I don't want to be, but you know what? At the end of the day, you gotta always think about it. I knew my dad. I knew my dad, and I still um the way the relationship went, like I was very like when he died, I was so sad because I the relationship that we had, I wish that it had been better. I don't
Hmm.
know. So I can just imagine if you never even knew your dad. You have to think sometimes. I mean, not saying that it's something that's going to consume you every day, but sometimes I know that some things happen or you see some things and you have to wonder. So let me get through these last comments and then we're getting out of here for the night, you guys. Let's see. Witches Bruce says, I would check in depending on the circumstances.
Yes, thank you,
Uh,
Witches Brew. That's what I
yeah.
mean. I'm
Gold
not gonna
Digger
let him
said,
suffer.
Gold Digger said, I would reach out, but possibly in their situation, this is normalized within their family. Krishan's current situation is as familiar to them as many of the other sisters that have been jailed. Right.
That's
And
true.
that's so true, Gold Digger. You hit the nail on the head with that. In their family, this is nothing. This is
Hmm.
nothing to them. They like, oh shit, we've been through worse. Oh man. Cherry Blossom says, I agree, Candy. The Bible says take care of the homeless, widows, and children because they are the most vulnerable.
It
Oh
comes from
man.
pain.
Denicia says, I'm not close to my older sister, but she never kept her kids from me. We are extremely close. I can't separate the two. It works for us. That's good. That's good. Mrs. D. Real said that's another very jealous and envious one right there. Katina says, I would check on my family, but if you don't keep your children, what? But if you doesn't keep our children, no, I wouldn't want my child with my sister. Okay.
That's so sad though, because you get older, you like, why didn't anyone speak up for me? Why didn't anyone like say anything? Like y'all saw something going on, nobody even like tapped on a door. Like I'm gonna feel some type of way. People talk about Cassie not be like, why did everyone let Diddy abuse Cassie and nobody say nothing? These are children. These are your children with your DNA. Because you said something I didn't like, I'm not gonna check on my niece and nephew.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Zanata said, I saw him in the car with Chrisean family
Oh
members.
God.
It's okay, Hudson. It's people get very emotional about this. You know, they get it's a very emotional topic. Gold Digger said Tess has been in jail, Chastity has been in jail, Chrisean been in jail, their mama been in jail, China been in jail, and they all have kids. It's time for a change. Amen, Gold Digger. Oh, now, Witches Brew said, I go to therapy and it has helped me tremendously. Mrs. D. Real said, I really enjoyed this discussion, Candy, because, child, great show. Thank you, Mr. Real.
Oh,
Uh,
thank you.
yes. Mr. DeReal said, I never kept my kids from my siblings either, though. Never. Okay, you guys, we will be touching up with some follow up topics very soon that stem from this conversation alone. I want to thank you guys for coming through. I know it was late, it was not at our regularly scheduled time, but I definitely did want to come and spend some time and chat with everybody and, see what everybody's up to and just get the tea and just talk. So thank
Thank
you
you for
guys for
having me.
coming. Of course, anytime, y'all. Miss Londa, you got anything going on you want to tell everybody about before we get out of here?
No, I'm just waiting for my next interview. I did one today at 6:30.
Yes, and I'm so sorry. Look, you sent me that message during that time when I was out of it, sleeping, child. But I will try, I will miss, and I'm gonna look at the information you gave me because I do want to get into doing that. I did used to do interviews and things like that in the past. So it's time to get back to that. Heavy, we twitching tonight? Cherry Blossom said, thanks for the
Candace.
therapy session.
Thanks for that definitely was a therapy session. I told y'all Candace was our therapist. Y'all thought I was playing. But no, we're
I love
not twitching
him.
tonight. I feel like that, we need to go to sleep. Right?
Okay, everybody get some sleep. We're gonna get some sleep. We're gonna have a good time tomorrow. Look, if you guys have
Candace
it,
do be twitching in the daytime. Candy, you do twitch in the
oh yeah,
daytime.
I do twitch. Now I'm not gonna lie. If it ever happens that I'm not at work, I totally forget about it just because I do it the whole time when I'm working. But if you're bored, you need somewhere to come, hang out or whatever. I do Twitch in the daytime, you guys. We're gonna be finishing up a good series, Your Honor. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but we're gonna finish up the first season of that tomorrow. So come on through if you guys are bored and want to hang out. You guys
Yes.
have a wonderful remaining night. Be safe. Katina, have a safe trip to Vegas tomorrow. And
Yes. Safe
God bless you
travels,
too, Miss D. Real.
Apple.
God bless you all, for real, for real. And my shop should be
Zanata,
opening soon.
yeah, Zanata, tomorrow we're going to be on time at 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. Okay. So you got,
Central,
and
no,
Cassandra,
East, no, Central Time, 6 p.m.
Central Time.
Eastern.
And Cassandra, let us know when what's that story? Look, I done already forgot. I wanted to be,
What
let
story?
us know when you're ready for Tiana and Iman so we can be nosy.
Oh, she got the story?
Well,
I
I
missed
want her
that
to.
part. Sorry.
Yeah, Tiana and Iman. Look, when you
Cassandra
got the
said
deep dive on
Tiana.
that, let us know, girl. Let us know.
And I've been
Okay, you guys.
researching some old relationships that fell apart. So
Yeah,
some
safe
some like
travels,
cases.
Katina.
Yeah, safe travels. And I'll
Okay,
be
you
selling
guys.
tea soon. Hangover tea. Hangover helper. So look out for my store, y'all.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, you guys have a good evening. Thanks for coming through. I appreciate everybody. If you did not hit the like button on your way in, please hit it on your way out. After all, it's free. It don't cost you nothing. Just go and give it to me. Come on, come on, come on. If you have a
Share
few
the
extra
live.
minutes, yes, if you have a few extra moments, please leave a quick comment. It doesn't have to be anything long and drawn out. Just a couple words. I certainly appreciate it. And thank you guys so much. And we'll see you tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.